in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Rocha and Matt Knost are here to bring you the top 10. Brought to you by the Schmoes Know. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the Top 10 Show. This is one of the most scariest episodes that I have ever thought to do on the show with Matt Knost. Oh, by the way, I'm John Rocha.
Yeah, I'm Matt Knost. You already gave my announcement.
Sorry.
This, you know what I like about this one? So we started a text thread with these two pricks, right?
We did, with these two
And
assholes.
they started arguing and complaining about the show before they even got here. It's the only guest we've ever had that bitched before they actually recorded one syllable of anything on the show. I was like, dear God.
Just some guys are going to walk in here and say whatever, do whatever you want. You want people that's going to challenge you.
We're very good at complaining.
Talk
It's not even
about movies.
You guys were fighting with yourselves and each other. It's like you were having arguments that should be
We
reserved
just
for a
want this
therapist.
show to be the best that it
Yes.
can be. That's all.
Yeah, well,
Can't
that just
blame
needs
us
you
for
guys to not fucking lay a turd, and it'll be gorgeous.
It's Shaq and Kobe. That's what it is. It's Shaq and Kobe. It's the 70s Yankees.
Yeah, but it's Shaq and Kobe now.
Right.
Which one's Kobe? Which one's Shaq?
I don't know. All I know is they had a lot of rings. Since
Oh,
It's true.
Son of a bitch. That's right. Yeah, well, if you can't tell by their voices already, and if you can't tell by reading the title of this thing, we are very proud to welcome JT and Jeff Sneider, the Schmoedown Tag Team Champions, the Patriots. Boo! I welcome them to the show.
I can't tell you how excited I am for this because I can't tell you how many episodes I've listened to.
Really?
And wish I could just
Yell at
somehow
us?
magically reach through time and space.
I've been
and
there, too.
argue with the selection at
Yep.
times.
That's the beauty of
That's
it.
the beauty of it.
It's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
How could you have this here? Well, I
I
do.
can't
I'm
believe
sorry.
we had the time to squeeze this show into our schedules in between signing autographs, going to hospitals, visiting sick children.
See, yeah, I think this is
They all
more
wanna
the
see the
mental
belt.
trauma that was coming out in text because I'm not sure anything that's beyond a hallucination.
All right,
No, it's true.
boys,
It's true.
Let's do this.
Well, let's get a little bit of background. JT, how do people tell us a little bit of your story, man?
Oh, wow. We're getting to the background?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just let people know.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I've been working Screen Junkies for the past few years, but I would not be there without Schmoes. Me and Ken had a fateful meeting at Farmers Grove. I believe it was Ken's first job.
Wow.
As producer of Schmoes was to meet this kid who was really a man, disguising to be a kid. Hey, can I intern at your show? Because I became a fan of Mark Christian. Actually, I think it was through Adam Carolla.
Oh,
They
wow.
used to guest on that show quite a
Yeah.
lot. And when I was living in South America, I couldn't really talk movies with people. Like,
Wow.
you can't. I didn't learn a language right away. Like, so the first few months, I really missed living in LA and having that culture of, holy shit, did you see this or
Yeah.
that?
Right.
And so I started going to YouTube videos.
JT is a very cultured man. I
Yes,
just
he
wanna
is. That's right. Don't let him fool you.
really
Yeah,
soaks in
totally.
the culture. Go ahead.
So I literally, yes, the culture of movies.
Sponge.
So I started watching people like Jeremy Johns, Mark and Christian, and I was like, dude, I didn't know there was this whole other side
Right.
of this film community
Yeah,
that I was
fandom.
living in. Yeah, fandom. I was working on films before as like a PA, crafty, whatever I could.
Wow.
I never really thought about the internet side. It wasn't really a thing. Like, they didn't teach you that in film school. So when I did come back to LA, I kind of somehow snuck my way into this portion of the business. And through a lot of, I worked for years with the Schmoes and all these other guys for nothing. We just did
Yeah.
it because it was something that we loved. We loved
Yeah.
talking movies. And I was just lucky enough to hang out with these guys that also love movies. And it happened to somehow morph into a career, which I'm happy to be Screen Junkies right now. And again, I wake up every day. I get to talk about a Venom trailer or
Right.
talk about Avengers. So, this is pretty great.
Well, you have the unique opportunity to work at Screen Junkies and also have your own YouTube channel. Not a lot of people can do that because they think it's competition. But
Yeah.
you get to do both.
If you saw my subs, you wouldn't think it's competition.
No, of course. Not for Screen Junkies,
Yeah,
sure.
no,
but
it's a
As part of
hobby.
your negotiating, listen, I get to keep my
Yeah,
channel
it's
open. You
written
want
on
me
the
so
contract.
bad.
That's totally true. When I signed my contract with
Yeah.
Defy, I had to claim any sort of show that I work on, and I was like, JT Movie Things. At that point, it was just a podcast.
That's right. I remember that.
But I didn't put podcast. I just put JT Movie Things. So when I launched the YouTube channel, And they're cool, but they let me use their studios to record my stuff. So
Wow.
they're totally fine with
Nice.
Well, that's great. That's cool. And one last question. Ecuador, so where were you born originally?
it. Bristol, Connecticut.
Okay, and then you moved down to Ecuador with was your dad Ecuadorian or your mom?
Like, my dad moved, once my mom was in the Peace Corps, she met my dad in Ecuador.
Okay.
And
So your dad is an immigrant?
Yeah, he is an
Okay.
immigrant. So once he moved here, it took him a long time to actually get his citizenship, even though he was married.
Right.
But every year we would almost go to South America. Almost every other year, we'd
Like
visit.
Quito?
Okay.
Or where
We
do you
would visit Atacames, Santo Domingo, and Quito once in a while.
Yeah.
But most of my family's in Santo Domingo.
Okay.
So like I find it like nice to I always had that comparison.
Yeah.
I'd go to school with kids who never left my hometown.
Yeah.
And to be able to go to a third world country, because Ecuador in a lot of ways is a third world country.
Yep.
No.
No, it is, trust me.
No.
To see those things and see how good we have it here in America, like it put a lot of value into
Wow.
Yeah.
what this government is and what poverty could mean. Really.
Nice. And did you grow up in Bristol, Connecticut, and then did you go to college
Yeah,
there and everything like that?
Bristol, Connecticut. Grew up, went to college in Florida, Full Sail.
Where'd
which
you go?
is
Oh,
a
Full Sail College.
technical school,
Right on,
basically
yeah,
just
yeah.
for film.
Okay.
And then at that point, it was either New York or LA.
And you chose LA?
Which one are you going to go to?
Which one's getting JT?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, this guy's a master negotiator.
Fight over me.
Back then, it was just Josh Tapia. But
Who's getting
I'll
JT
be
movie
honest,
things?
The weather in Florida, man, I did not miss winter. I didn't miss shoveling or.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course
Off
not.
the road.
Of course not. Why would you?
Yeah, so I was like, it was pretty easy. It was like, LA.
Nice. Now, and you're a Celtics fan, and you're a Celtics fan too, Snyder, right?
That's right.
So
Number
are you,
one Celtics
Are you
fan.
from Boston as well, or from that area?
I am from the suburbs of Boston.
Which suburb?
Boston was about 15 minutes away. In Needham.
Okay.
between Newton
I've
and
heard of
Wellesley.
it.
I've heard of Needham.
Yeah.
You grew up there?
I grew up in Needham, yep, and then went to NYU to study screenwriting. And while I was at NYU, I was writing for the school paper.
Okay.
And then anything that wasn't getting into the school paper, I would send to Ain't It Cool News. So that is how I got my
Wow.
start. And I started covering roundtables for Ain't It Cool.
Is that Harry Knowles? Ain't it cool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I never made a dime.
I
never
probably
paid
read
anything.
your shit.
But it was good experience. And so when I came out here after graduation, I was working for like Luke Greenfield, the director of The Girl Next Door, and Malcolm in the Middle in the writers' room, and Jason Blum, Blumhouse.
Okay. Wow.
And I left Blumhouse, an internship at Blumhouse, to go for an internship at Variety because they had a paid internship.
Right.
Yeah,
As
a little bit
opposed to
better.
Hollywood, where all the labor is free. So yeah, that's how I got my foot in the entertainment journalism space. Really, and was at Variety for a few years, and then went to the Wrap, and then back to Variety, and then back to the Wrap, and then Mashable, and then the Tracking Board. And I am currently in between jobs.
You're a mercenary.
I'm like the pinball of the Hollywood entertainment journalism community.
Yeah.
I just bounce around.
But you know what? You're a cantankerous. You're a fighter though, man. That's the thing.
I'm a
Like,
survivor, yeah.
You're a
They
survivor.
can't
Yeah,
get rid of
you
me.
claw and
Yeah.
scratch. Like that's the thing. I think when you break it all down, the reason we battle so much is we are fighters, the four of us. So when we get into it, we get into it. When we're doing our matches and whatever. Like it's there. But
I'm
it's never
only sitting
personal.
with you guys because of fighting, because I started out with beef against Christian Harloff.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Eventually,
Like in real life.
Yeah, a mutual friend sort of, encouraged us to settle our differences.
Wow.
And we met for a slice of pizza, and
Very East Coast to you guys.
exactly.
That's nice.
It was all hashed out.
Yeah, well-
and then I was invited to do the Schmoedown and paired with this guy, and
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate as to how things have worked out so far. I know we have a big match coming up against McWeeny and Levine.
You do.
How
But,
often?
and
How
then-
often do you
then
guys
that's how I
buy
met
lotto
Chris.
tickets? Because I really think you should do that more often.
Can I be
You're
honest?
some of the more lucky individuals I've met
Let me tell you something.
in competition form. It's pretty impressive.
This will tell you something about me. I've never bought a lotto ticket my whole life because I feel like the one day I do buy one, I will win.
Wow.
And I'm waiting for that sign to tell me it's time to buy those numbers. I'm not going to pick the numbers. I'm
right.
just going to do
You
a random ticket.
Hey, on that
You
day,
sound like some crazy virgin.
I do. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the one
I
day.
just want to hit the lotto.
on that day, I also have just hit me up. I got some magic beans.
Yes, perfect.
That
got a
is
few
crazy.
other
You've
things.
never even bought like a scratch
A
ticket?
monkey's
I
paw.
had like scratch tickets like
Okay.
from aunts and uncles.
Right,
for
right.
birthdays,
But you've
I-
never personally bought.
I've never personally went to the lotto when it was like
Fascinating.
$600 million.
I've actually never filled out an actual lotto thing where you're picking the numbers, but I
Yeah.
like the scratch
Okay.
ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
scratch
fun.
tickets, of course.
Shit, when
good clean.
I worked at a liquor store when I was 17. You were allowed to in Illinois. And one day I showed up for a Sunday, and Sundays are usually slow. We'd have two guys waiting to get their alcohol as soon as we open, the alcoholics, and they get little, the pint you can slip in your back pocket of the cheapest whiskey or vodka, whatever the fuck it was. So this guy was like, hey, you know what we're going to do today? We're just going to play scratch-offs. And he just grabbed a book, and we had to we kept a running tally. Okay, we're down 100. We're down 150. We're up 500. And we just
Jesus.
played So then I left, and the next guy took over. We were up $200 when I left, and we ended up down, I guess, for like $150 for the day. We just sat there, and they did book after book of scratchers. Just settled up with the till. Nobody cared. I mean,
Here's the big question: is do you ever do the second chance?
What do you mean the second chance?
When you lose on a scratch ticket, you can still enter in all the info online and get entered into like a second drawing.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't done it since there's an online component.
Yeah.
We're talking
That's a good
1996
point.
on that.
Well, I'm unemployed, so I'm getting
You're
desperate.
doubling down on those.
He sneaks into JT's house and whispers into his ear while he's sleeping. Buy tomorrow.
I'm outside the fucking grocery store begging for Monopoly pieces. Monopoly pieces, exactly.
Stealing Girl Scout cookie
Get
boxes.
that
I
$1,000,000
saved 30 cents on lettuce. I saved 30 cents on lettuce.
Well,
I don't
people-
even do those, man.
What's
Those
that?
fucking Monopoly pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody ever won
I don't-
anything?
I mean,
the
I did-
McDonald's ones, I've come
Yeah.
so fucking
The
close.
McDonald's
I won
ones are the
$5
best.
actually.
Like
yeah.
Albertsons or wherever. Tried so hard on those. Like I did 1 year and I didn't win anything. I had duplicates for so many. I was like, I'm never doing this again. This
For the
is so
time
dumb.
investment, that $5
Yeah.
is not worth it.
Not worth it.
For the record.
Literally in high school, we would all gather our pieces together. Like, who the fuck got Boardwalk? Because everyone
Yeah.
had Park Place.
Oh, of
And it was
course.
just like, who got Boardwalk? Who
You were
Boardwalk?
always getting free
Whole school.
food in the McDonald's one. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
the
you
hook.
get free shit
Fries.
once, but it's
Yeah.
like garbage
Yeah.
you never need.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
get free gravy. I don't need gravy.
Yeah, McDonald's was like a hot apple pie. You're like, oh yeah, I never really buy those. Sure, what is that? $1? Way to splurge,
And then if you
McDonald's.
got like
Hey.
a quarter pounder, you'd be like, holy shit, I hit it.
I got a free medium
I get a
fry. My
free-
day's
oh.
made. You kidding me?
Hot apple pie is the worst at there. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know a fast food restaurant that does good desserts. Like the sundae is fine.
Oh, you're talking about Frosty,
Well, no, that's that.
At Wendy's.
Yeah, but you don't go.
McFlurry.
Oh, Wendy's. Oh, the
McFlurry?
frosty. Right.
the Frosty.
Right.
McFlurry. No, apparently, those machines are
But
disgusting.
that's lard.
So
Yeah,
don't ever get
no.
anything from
the
McDonald's
frosty
in
is
that regard.
lard
I
What's
gotta
that?
say
It's
this
lard.
too.
In what?
in the frosty. That's what they used to.
I know
do.
it's non-dairy. I know that.
Yeah, it's non-dairy.
Do you
but
guys
it's
remember
lard.
McDonald's when you're like in high school? I swore it tastes way better than it does now. They changed some shit.
Oh yeah.
I
They
remember
have.
me and my friends used to go like after playing basketball.
Sure.
Back then, our metabolisms would just rip through it.
Right.
Now I can't even think about doing that. We'd go literally play basketball for 2 hours, and then
They're
we'd go get
expecting
like
me at
double,
10 o'clock tonight.
yeah, we'd get a double quarter pounder, and I swear it tasted amazing.
They've changed what they use to fry.
I get it now. It's
in.
horrible.
It used to be beef tallow. They changed it to oil.
yeah.
They changed it to hydrogenated oil.
crap.
Now they use something else. So yeah, it
happens
has
to everyone.
changed.
The same thing with Chipotle. Like Chipotle now, you go to the Chipotle, they used to do like big scoops of stuff into your burrito. Now it's like they measure it out.
Measured cup and shit.
Yeah, because they have
Times
they
are tough
have all
all
this
around,
stuff.
John.
Yeah, they really are. It
Yeah.
sucks. I hate it because I enjoy.
Yeah, poor corporate America. Poor
Yeah.
McDonald's. Poor Chipotle. I think you're all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this week we decided to do college movies, college
Yeah.
comedies. At
Just
least
in college
that's the
comedies.
list we came in with. I
Right.
don't know what you
Yeah,
assholes
no,
did.
I'm
did
serious.
we.
What's going on? Why college?
Oh, because
comedy?
The Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, okay.
Life of the
I knew
Party.
there was
Life of the
a
Party.
tie-in. I was just for the life of me, I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because college comedy is not like something that I just think of right away when I think of like great movies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's some good ones in there. We tried our best to come up with a list.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, you'll never hear a college movie or comedy come into my like top 50 of all time or anything like that.
High school
Oh,
movies.
It's a more entertaining.
What about
movie.
top comedies? Like you.
Well, top comedies is different.
There's a-
'cause that's a huge broad. I could talk about Spinal Tap and stuff like that.
Right.
But like when you come down just to college,
High school movies
that's
are
the show.
objectively
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
going through the
way,
list.
Yeah.
way more.
Because there's more awkwardness. You can
John
get more
Hughes
laughs
alone.
and shit out of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot here. There's a lot more than I anticipated, and there's like when we were having the arguments, like that Matt was alluding to on text, like Jeff was bringing up all these college
Yeah.
movies that could have qualified. You could even go to sports college movies, like
Yeah.
Sure.
There's it's such a huge genre actually to play around in. So we wanted to limit it a little bit to college comedies because
I'm
because
glad
of
we
McCarthy.
did, though. I'm glad
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be
plus,
interesting.
We got to split the atom on the show. We do
Yeah.
one of these every week, so we can't just do
That's a good
broad.
point. Yeah, you can't get too broad.
some-
Yeah,
Boy.
top 10 comedies of all time. You're like, fuck. And we got 2 guests? Jesus, this list is going to take
I wanna
forever.
do
Yeah, a
Dude,
long time.
I want to see a top 10 of where Samuel Jackson is only in for the movie for less than 5 minutes. Because there's quite a few where he just pops in for about
Yeah.
good 3-4 minutes and is never seen again.
I got
Yeah.
a couple. I got
Yeah,
a
I
couple
can
off
think
the top of
of
my
a
head. I'm
couple
like,
off the
all
top
right,
Coming to
there's that
America
one.
certainly one.
Coming to America.
Sure. What's that one? The Deep
Goodfellas?
Blue Sea?
True Romance.
Goodfellas, yeah,
Yeah.
True Romance, yeah.
He jumps
Goodfellas, yeah.
Yeah,
That could
Goodfellas.
easily be number 1. You can do that.
Yeah. Oh,
my
Welcome
God.
to the show.
in. Let's do it.
Welcome to the show. If
that's
you want
what
to
we do.
generate content ideas for us,
That's what I'm here for.
if you want to intern again,
Yes,
we could use. You want to get back
I
in the intern
actually
game.
would. I'm looking for something.
All right. Well, anyway, Matt, you want to tell them how the show works?
Yeah, once we set a topic, so the way it works is John and I combined our list, and Josh and Jeff combined their lists, and then once we create individual top 10 lists, show back up here, we'll do it like a regular show.
Yeah.
We do our bottom 3, you guys do your bottom 3. We do our bottom next 2, you guys do your next 2, then we trade one apiece. And then once we've revealed our personal top 10 list, we create the shows between the two of us.
Boom.
And you both have listened, so you know about punting.
Right.
If it's higher on your list, tell us to punt. We'll hold the conversation.
All right. Before we get into specific titles, I'm curious what the dynamic is like between you two. Like, did you get like 5 of John's titles made and 5 of your titles made, or was there a dominant one of you where it's like, I want...
No,
It depends on placement on your individual list. Is how we end up doing it.
That's how we've found a way to not have too many fights. Is we're like we just have inherently agreed to this rule that if something's my number 1, it's your number 7, but you got a number 2, there's a number 4 that's closer, then we move that up higher.
Yeah,
Because there was a bit of compromise for us.
Yeah, of course. That's what the show is.
Naturally,
Yeah.
but...
we're about compromise. We're not about
otherwise, every show would be 7 hours long.
Seriously.
No, for sure. There's movies that he could talk to more, and there's some movies
Right.
that I
That's
could
fine. Yeah,
talk
Right.
yeah. It happens on our list.
All right.
Right. So if a movie comes up and it's at least 2 slots higher, then we'll punt.
Yeah,
So just let you know.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys, they start right, or do we start?
we start.
Okay.
we do our bottom
as guests. All right. So you
Wow.
You want
I'm
to start us
excited.
off at number 10?
Okay.
I'm
So
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of the same.
We will have some of the same. We'll have some
I'm
different.
curious
Who
to see
knows?
the ranking though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really curious.
that's going to be about at the end. So our number 10 is The Freshman, the Matthew Broderick, Marlon Brando movie.
Not on your list.
Not on your list?
No.
Look. Before we fucking go any further,
Yeah.
this is the goddamn Schmoedown where you're laughing at our answers.
No.
Okay, this is
I love The Freshman.
Okay,
Like, I didn't even
because they
think
looked
of
at each
that.
other like,
So
It was
little
really
now.
me. I take responsibility for that list.
100%. It was
Yeah,
all Snyder.
so
He put his
little.
hand up, this fucking face like
JT
just,
seemed
we farted in
impressed.
his face.
JT was like, "Oh, that's a good one." I was
it
like,
is a good
"Fuck
one.
that."
It is a good one.
It's a movie I used to watch when I was younger a lot, but I don't like. It's funny. Yes, there's college in it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't scream college.
Yeah, this is more
Yeah.
his choice.
It's literally called The Freshman.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but still.
Well, yeah, but it's him and Brando, and I think is Penelope Ann Miller the girl in this movie? I think.
I'd have to look
so.
it up.
Yeah,
I don't
and,
remember.
like she's and Brando's basically sending up his Vito Corleone in this,
Yeah.
and they're protecting the endangered species.
Kimono Dragon.
Yeah,
the
the
Komodo
Komodo
dragon.
dragon they
Right.
run around with the whole time, and they're supposed to show up at that dinner of like billionaires that want to eat all the extravagant endangered species.
Yeah.
and it's all like, yeah, we're substituting chicken for that, and we're doing this for. You see the reveal that he's not, Corleone.
Right. And you get Burt Parks in there, who played
Yeah.
Herb Tarlick's dad in WKRP in Cincinnati. And then you have, who was the other person? Oh, you have Maximilian Schell. He's in there as the chef who's making all this stuff, So it's a really funny movie. Actually, it still works. Saw it again maybe a year or 2 ago on one of the pay channels. I couldn't believe how much I still enjoyed it. Bruno Kirby, the late great Bruno
Yeah.
Kirby's in this
I
thing.
just haven't seen it in years. That's why
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I'll put it on
with,
those. Sure.
Matt.
very much fun.
I have memories of it, but
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
maybe over 10
I saw it in the
years.
theaters.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I have very faint memories of this one, which is why it does nothing for
Oh
me.
yeah,
I don't
but the
think
look
it
of
as a
disgust on your
college
face
movie.
seemed like you just watched it this morning, and you're like, "Trust me, no, no." And you're like, "What? This is a faded memory."
To me, does it really count as a college comedy? It's about a college student, but it's not really set in college, is
Yeah.
it?
Well, now you're trying to, once again, trying to argue the rules.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
that's why I didn't make my list. It's like I don't really remember him being in college.
Okay.
that was kind of ancillary
There's a lot
too.
of off-campus.
That's fine.
But I like the movie, so
Yeah.
when you said, "Can we put it there?" I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good to me."
We'll put it there. So it's number 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Number 9 for us is Road Trip.
Did not make ours.
Didn't make your
It
list.
was on my honorable mention.
Now,
list.
I'm curious to see what their list is now as we've gotten too deep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Well, you didn't have that one.
No, but I'm curious. I thought for sure these two would have it. These two monkeys would have it.
I figured it'd be somewhere about here-ish on their list if
Yeah?
it was. So that means there's some other piece of shit that's slightly better than this.
I like Road Trip fine, and its companion Euro Trip, I suppose. But
Euro Trip is great.
I took a lot of road trips in college.
Yeah.
So I experienced not all the shit they did, but I've got stories that are like, yeah, we showed up this, and this fucking
Right.
banana times happened right in front of us, and then it ended just as quickly. It was crazy.
that's a good point, Knost, because I went to NYU. There were never any road trips. There were subway trips.
Right.
Nobody,
Okay,
had,
yeah.
nobody had a car. It would have been totally different being on a campus and loading up with your buddies and everybody's
Yeah.
smoking weed and fishbowl in the car. So you're right. I don't understand that experience. Hats off. to you.
Yeah, but you
Going-
can still enjoy the movie even if you didn't.
And I did.
experience
have
it.
you
That's
never
why I
taken
never
a road
been-
trip?
You know.
That's why I didn't make my list.
That's it.
To
Never
me,
mind.
it's not
Have
a very
you taken
special
a road
movie.
trip?
Gotcha.
Have you taken a road trip?
Of course.
Well, I'm saying in this
drove
kind of
to
where you're
Sundance
of
with
this
Drew McWeeny.
age-ish, where you still get in all the stupid bullshit that you do, thinking, I'm still a kid, I can get away with this crap, and
Right.
like,
What
you're
do you-
legally an adult.
What do you remember most about Road Trip?
Amy Smart.
Tom Green a lot because
DJ
Tom
Qualls.
Green was big at the time.
DJ Qualls,
too.
100%.
Yeah, DJ Qualls kind
That's the big takeaway
made his
for me
career.
from
And then
this.
you had the new guy.
Yeah.
I think it was
Amy
his-
Smart.
this did make
Short
his career.
panties,
Sean
taking her
Scott.
shirt
Was
off.
Sean Scott in that?
Yeah, Sean William Scott's in that.
Which is basically Stifler.
Yeah, it was
And
a
then,
Stifler audition.
Rising is-
Oh, shit, what was that guy? Oh, the Breckenmeyer?
Breckenmeyer.
Yeah, Breckenmeyer was the lead.
That's right. And then
I used to get the occasional Breckenmeyer comparison. I'm not
Welcome,
gonna lie.
welcome to my world. All right.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I could see it.
Average white, I get it. I get all kinds of different ones.
all right, that was your number.
Yeah,
our number
fond
9.
memories of that one, but not on my
Who
list.
directed? Do you remember who directed that one?
No, I'd have to look
no,
that
yeah.
shit up.
Yes.
Todd Phillips.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips.
That was one of his first ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, how ironic.
The
Wow.
movie after the frat hat movie.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Good thing they didn't come up in a Schmoedown.
Yeah, no
Something
shit.
After the frat
Yeah.
movie.
All right.
All right,
So number
8.
8. Oh, sorry. I need to think
That's fine. I can say it if you want.
Number 8 is Van Wilder. Ryan, not on your list either.
That is on the list.
Okay,
on the
is it
list.
higher
It's on the
or is it? Where's it at?
Is it in your bottom
Is it
3
between 10
right
and
there?
8?
It is literally the next one.
We have
Is
it
it in
no,
that
no.
bottom 3?
So it's
No,
number
it's
7.
not in our bottom
It's
three.
number 7.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your number 7?
Sorry, number
We can
7.
still
Okay.
talk about it. I think.
Yeah, we'll talk
it's
about it now.
right
This is
there.
one slot over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one slot.
So Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Did you know I didn't watch Two Guys and a Girl?
No.
So this
I
was
did.
his
My
announcement to
introduction.
me.
Yeah.
This is introduction.
Pizza Man didn't watch the pizza show?
I know. Can you believe it? I wasn't as entrenched in the pizza world at that point in my life.
It also gave us Cal Penn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cal Penn.
Yeah.
That's right. What an interesting career that guy's had.
I know.
I know.
Right?
To go on to work at the White House,
House. At the
Obama.
after Harold and Kumar.
Right.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong in the 70s to go work for the communications staff in the Johnson or Nixon administration.
It's like Obama
Sure.
got high and then it was like, you know what? We should get that Cal guy. We should bring him onto the staff.
It's just crazy.
I just think Van Wilder. Ryan Reynolds is very talented. I think he showed it
Yeah.
pretty early, coming off of that sitcom. It just really worked for me.
Yeah, and Tara Reid. This is like the last gasp of Tara Reid being somewhat of a lead,
God,
a co-lead in a film, and
Kinda.
coming out of the American Pie films. This was like the next thing, kind of. And
Yeah.
I don't know who played the bad guy. I can't remember who played the bad guy, but
Isn't
No,
it,
There
was
nobody
good.
else in that movie.
Yeah, just
It's not
Ryan
Rob-
Reynolds
is
and
it
Cal
Ch-
Penn.
It's not Robert Chadlow, is
I
it?
don't
Who's the
remember
fucking
at
guy?
all.
yeah, I forget the guy's name.
I mean,
but
somebody like
this
that.
is
Hold
you
on.
take Ryan Reynolds out of this movie, you have a straight to DVD.
You got nothing.
Like
yeah.
he literally
You got nothing.
carries this whole thing on his shoulders.
He does.
And there was a sequel, and that was
Yeah.
bad.
Oh,
Yes.
it was
With-
a
with
Ryan
Cal
Reynolds
Penn.
montage.
Look,
Like that?
no Ryan Reynolds. I'm not
No,
on
but
board.
Cal
That
Penn
was the
stayed
whole
behind.
movie.
Exactly.
Don't care.
yeah, it was terrible.
You weren't a strong enough character in that world to carry your own movie. Seriously, I mean, Ryan Reynolds, like, to this day, I still think he'd be the best Fletch.
Tim Matheson
Yeah.
was the father.
That's right.
But who was
Tim, okay.
Who was the fucking?
It was ironic, of
Yeah,
course.
that was, yeah, exactly for Fletch.
Mr. Animal House.
It's driving me nuts. Paul Gleason.
No, Paul Gleason's the old guy.
Booger was the cop.
Oh, Curtis Armstrong. That's right.
Aaron Paul, Simon Helberg, Eric Estrada, and Chris Owen all in this movie.
Wow.
Chris Owen's the Shermanator.
Estrada?
Eric Estrada's in that
I
movie?
don't
Eric
remember
Estrada.
that
I
either.
don't
I
remember
don't know.
Aaron
He's here.
Paul.
Lamar Odom's here.
Wow.
Lamar Odom was in this movie. Jason Weiner, the director of the Arthur movie.
Wow, really?
Right? Edie McClurg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus she has to be in
This
this
is
movie.
Joyce Brothers. This is Ola Wakandi.
What? The Candyman?
Candyman.
Oh, wow. So
Candyman
this
was in
is
this?
what year did this come out? 2003?
This is wild.
2004?
Yeah, right. It's early times.
Now, you didn't say the full title when you announced it, but
National Lampoon's
yeah,
Van
so
Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
I
do we
always
think
forget
about that component of this?
Oh, interesting.
What do we think about that? That's a broad spectrum
It kind
question.
of
right
brought it kind of brought their
National
brand
Lampoon
back to legitimacy, right? Because
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
stuff like Senior Trip and like
Oh, Senior
kind
Trip was
of
bad.
some garbage
Dorm
in
Room or
those
whatever,
middle
sorority.
90s.
Dorm
but-
Days.
Dorm Days. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
there. What was the one with Hawkeye?
Alan Alda?
Oh no, that's
No.
Oh,
Which one is
Jeremy
it? The
Renner.
National Lampoons. Yeah, Rennick is. That's where the first time I saw him.
What?
So then after that, because I saw him randomly, Rennick's in Lampoons. It's in Europe or something like that.
What?
I can't remember what that is.
I don't know.
Said,
Dorm. What were the two Lampoons you just said?
the one
Oh,
he
Senior
did,
Trip, and I
Senior-
think you're
Might
right.
be
Dorm
Senior
Days.
Trip.
Senior Trip. That's it.
Dorm
It
Days.
might be
Senior
Senior
Trip.
Trip.
No,
Yeah, because
Senior
they're on a
Trip.
trip somewhere.
Wow,
Senior
Renner.
Trip.
Well, you start
Yeah.
somewhere.
But yeah, Van Wilder, fond
Yeah,
memories.
it's one of those movies where like I just think of Ryan Reynolds doing his thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, I had seen Two Girls, but this is something else. Like, because you can making that jump from TV to film, not everyone can do it,
No.
especially comedian wise.
To carry it.
To carry it, right? And he was great. And there was a period where he was like good, and then he kind of faded out, and he was doing almost straight to DVD shit. And Deadpool saved his life. Deadpool saved his damn life.
Saved his life.
He was
Well,
going
He's like married to Blake Lively.
Yeah, he's
Well,
still.
Scarlet first.
He tried doing some interesting, like Buried.
Buried was good.
Yeah.
Like in
Buried
Green
was
Lantern, he was
awful,
getting a
guys.
shot.
Are you guys
Yeah.
shitting me right now?
I didn't love Buried. I'm
Buried
saying
was
he
bad.
but
Oh, I didn't mind. I like
He
that.
tried something different.
He was trying
but-
different things, and like he was trying to get more of an actor vibe going on.
Yeah, but his comedies weren't like
Yeah.
tanking. Like
Just
even though
Friends
Just Friends is
was
great.
great.
Yeah, Just
Yes.
Friends is a Christmas
I totally
classic for
love
me.
that movie.
But he was trying to branch off. Like there was that one he did with was it Denzel, set in like South Africa or
Yeah.
something.
Safe House.
Safe House.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was like
actually.
a nothing throwaway.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it's a nothing throwaway.
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
it just seemed like cookie cutter. You already knew exactly how the entire
Like Two
arc.
Guns.
Okay,
Yeah.
Denzel was
Two
really-
Guns is terrible.
Yeah, it was like that to me. It was
Like I just saw Beirut. That's a cookie cutter. It's
Oh, is it good?
good, but it's a cookie cutter. You know exactly where it's going to end from the moment it starts.
Do you think Rosamund Pike's going to ever leave the 70s again? Jesus Christ, that's 2 in a row. The Radar on TV and the fucking Beirut. She's in both of those things.
She's in Hostiles too. Was that her?
Oh, she was in
Yeah,
Hostile. She was
good
great.
in
That
She was
film,
great in that.
that film should have gotten some nominations.
Yes.
That was some
I
bunch
thought
of bullshit.
Bale was one of his
Bale
best
was
performances.
great.
He was good.
In a
I like
while.
Rory Cochrane the best.
In that film?
Yeah.
You like him as a sporting guy?
I mean, it had a great Ben Foster even showed up.
Yeah,
I was like,
Foster. Some random part, too, real small part in that thing.
He's got another one coming out where basically just lives in the woods.
Looks great. We
just saw the trailer for
Yeah,
that.
we
Oh,
talked
Leave No
about it on
Trace.
Movie Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the girl's supposed to be fantastic, Thomasin McKenzie. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right, so it's your turn.
So, yeah.
So
All
number
right.
10?
All right, I guess I'll lead off with number 10. This is one I fought for.
Because I haven't seen it.
He hasn't seen it. I love this movie. Necessary Roughness. The Fighting Armadillos.
Oh, fuck. You know what?
You know, I'm gonna shake your goddamn
Yeah,
hand.
that counts.
I'm gonna shake your goddamn hand.
Yeah, that's a very good
and
choice.
10, I'm insulted.
Son of a bitch.
For you,
We
that
like
should
it.
be higher.
Yeah.
That should be higher.
And Madam insulted for us, and we didn't think of it.
Yeah, exactly. Neither of us
Once
thought of it.
again, outsmarting.
I had to. I could not fight for it higher because he hasn't seen it.
Oh.
I was
How have
happy-
you not seen it? How did I forget it?
I was so happy just to have it on the list.
I
was
fought
like,
for this film so many times with my friends to
Dude.
go and watch this movie.
Listen, I
It's
own the
so
DVD.
quotable.
I
Yeah.
cherish that thing because it'll probably never see a Blu-ray unless you buy it like
Dude.
on Amazon or
Dude,
like
Scott
digital.
Bakula. You got me at Scott Bakula.
Yeah,
This film
But you
should-
throwing
Scott
Robert
Bakula.
Loja. You got Loja.
Sinbad.
Hector Elizondo.
Kathy Ireland.
Ireland in
Kathy
her
Ireland's
prime.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sinbad, the Samoan
Also,
dude.
a great score by Jerry Goldsmith.
Oh, wow.
You watch this
Yeah.
movie again, and that score really peaks. When I see The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, it's a fine movie.
Yeah, it's-
but it is garbage compared to
It
Necessary
is.
Roughness.
Agreed.
Rob Schneider is the announcer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Fumbarino. Fumbarama.
The guy
Yeah.
from 10 Things I Hate About You, the dad, who's basically
Larry
the
Miller.
evil dean.
Larry
Yes,
Miller.
Larry Miller.
Oh, he is the evil dean. I
principal.
forgot
Yeah,
about
principal
that.
I mean, the movie is just. It's funny.
Yes.
It's got great football.
Damn it.
And they're playing Ironman football,
Oh, yeah,
which just
and,
means they have to play offense and defense.
Yeah, because
Scott
they're a
Bakula-
small school. They're trying to hold on to their football team.
Yep.
They bring a quarterback, Scott Bakula. They offered a scholarship.
46.
He's still eligible. Yeah, exactly. At
whatever
his
it
age.
Yeah.
I love that they
Redshirt year, redshirt.
That's now a Viagra commercial. And it's just him throwing into an
Yeah.
old tire.
So no, and
Yeah.
he's also hitting like an old jersey.
Yeah, out in the cornfield.
And the Jerry Goldsmith music is just blaring. I love this movie. It's a movie I don't think gets enough attention.
I may go
No,
home
it's a
and
great
watch it
call.
tonight.
Yeah, if you,
It's a great
buy
movie.
on Amazon.
It's
rent
the
it,
major
whatever.
league of college football
Yes,
movies. It's basically
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
a major league type movie. It's so good.
It's my
You're right.
favorite football comedy.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's so better than the program.
Yeah, oh.
Well, programs
Or
not
Varsity
comedy.
It's
Blues.
not
Right?
comedy. That's
Are
not
you sure it's not
comedy
comedy?
either.
That film feels like funny to me. when I'm
Longest
watching it.
Yard remake is closer.
Varsity Blues
Yeah.
comedy. That's a comedy.
Drama.
It's drama.
It's a drama. You think
That's
these
a
films are
drama.
dramas?
That's not a
moments.
comedy.
Yeah. Necessary
I laugh all
3 on
through
1.
those
That's comedy.
Necessary
I mean, a
Roughness is a
drama.
pure comedy.
Sorry, y'all. I laughed
I
through
mean,
those
there's a guy
movies.
that like knows martial arts and just starts kicking
Yeah.
people during a game.
All the stupid
and the
guys
referee
they
has
get.
to be like judo kick. He's like, screw it. He's like, flag.
First down.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a movie I love.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's on the list. If you guys want to argue for a higher,
No, man. That's
It's
I'm
making
totally
the. I think it should make. Look, it's
feel-
3 on 1 now.
Yeah.
You
That
got to
feels got a good
convert
shot.
immediately.
okay.
Fuck, I feel terrible. I didn't put it. All right.
Yep.
Once again, beaten by the top. God damn
This
it,
was
fucking
the
Patriots.
only movie on our list that was not on my original 10.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
So like I did okay in the end.
Somebody's
And
tooting their own horn here.
I'm fine at putting that on the top 10.
You know, when you get in your 40s, you'll forget your ego stuff. What's your number 9? Jeff, what's your number 9?
Number 9 is Real Genius.
Oh, that is.
That's called a punt.
That's a
That's called a
massive
how
punt.
fucking dare you. That's what that's called.
They've got a higher.
Yeah,
Okay,
way higher.
all right. So
this is one of the movies that I knew about it growing
do you
up.
want
but
coffee
I
thrown at you
didn't
right now?
want it.
I
Or
agree.
just save it?
I'm with you, JT.
Am I
I don't know
losing
why
my
people love this
Roughness
movie so
cred
much.
already?
oh, this is a good movie. No, so
Mike-
we'll talk about it later, right?
Okay, we'll talk about it.
I do not get it. What people
Number
love.
8, Everybody wants some! Exclamation point! Exclamation
It's
point!
your eight. That's what technically a punt,
That's
or is that?
our number.
No, that's our next one. It's our 7.
That's
All
our
right,
7.
so
Yeah.
let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this movie was great. I think I saw it 2 or 3 times in the theaters. Just various screenings or whatever. It's a fun movie to watch with friends or take friends to. The second half isn't quite as good when it focuses on the romance with
the
Zoe
single
Deutsch.
dude, yeah,
Like that definitely docks it almost like a full star in my book. But the rest of the stuff with all the guys who I think are impeccably cast, I think this movie's a blast.
Who directed this one?
Linklater.
I have not seen this one.
Spiritual.
It's good.
Is this the baseball
It's
one? Is this
good.
the baseball?
Yeah, it's a
one?
baseball. They all
Spiritual
show up in
sequel to
college.
Dazed and Confused.
It's Days
like
Confused
Days
in
and
college.
The guy that's aggro should have annoyed me, and I fucking
That guy's
love
great.
him. He is
Justin Street,
great.
I think, or-
Everybody. The one dude that's going pro, like he's only cocky when he has to be. When he gets up
the
to the plate,
glasses.
you fully believe you're like that dude could go pro. Like all these guys could play, you could tell, but that dude could really play. At least the way.
And this is a comedy, not a drama.
Yeah,
Comedy.
it's
Definitely a
It's
comedy.
definitely
yeah, and the way
Coming of
Dazed and
age.
Confused is.
The first hour of this movie, I'd put right up there with almost any hour in
It's
any
got-
movie on
It's
this
like
one.
you in the military with ball busting
But-
and breaking,
Yeah, yeah.
new
Admittedly,
guys
that
coming
kind of
in.
thing.
It's that. It's about the
Admittedly,
job.
the
Durham
second
type
half takes a
Yeah.
more serious romantic
He tries to
turn.
find heart, and it's just like I kind of like the dynamic. I
right
agree.
with the guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's Linklater for you.
Yeah, especially like this is post Boyhood. This is post. He's kind of taken a deeper turn.
Which Jenner is it? Brody Jenner? No,
Probably Brody.
Blake Jenner.
Blake
Jenner.
Jenner.
Blake Jenner is actually very good in this.
Swammy.
The same one that was in
Samsonite.
I was way
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
Way
yeah.
off.
And who's the good-looking guy? Is it like Tyler Posey?
I'd
I
have
think-
to
I
look
think-
it up.
yeah.
Literally, you could make
really
up
good
any
young kid.
One of the
bland.
guys that plays Superman on Supergirl.
Oh,
Is
that guy.
one of the
Tyler
main-
Hoechlin.
Tyler
Yeah, I
Hoechlin,
think
yeah.
he's the
You're
one.
asking the wrong person.
That is who it is.
I've
I'm
never
not a
seen-
Superman
okay.
fan, and I'm not watching a TV show about it.
I don't
Did you
watch
like
it
this?
either. I just know that.
Yeah.
JT, did you like it?
I liked it. I saw it once, so I
Okay.
can't say I've seen it like more than once, but I enjoyed my time with it. It felt like exactly what you said, Dazed and Confused in college.
Yeah.
And it was a fun time, but it's not like I wasn't praising about it. I was like, oh my God, this is as good as Dazed and Confused. I still put Dazed and Confused way above it.
So do I.
Right.
But it's still an enjoyable movie.
The twist in the I'm gonna should I ruin it for
Hey,
him?
it's only a year old. Probably not.
It's a few years old.
Is it? I thought it was like a
years
year and a
old.
half.
Okay, well, the truth about Wyatt Russell's character comes out.
Sure.
I love that moment, and also that Glenn Powell, who he's a rising star, and this was his breakout turn.
Gotcha. All right.
That's 8 for me.
You like this film? Everybody wants some.
Yeah, no, it was good.
You talk about it all the time.
That's an off-air conversation. That's why he's laughing. I don't believe it's ever come up on a list. Maybe once, but I don't think so.
Didn't we do a sports comedy? I thought we did a sports comedy one or a
Don't think
sports
so.
list.
Done sports biopics,
Yeah, we've done the biopics.
but not that.
All right, so
Not
that
enough
was
sports
your
in this to
number
qualify as a
8.
sports film.
Yeah.
So that was our number 7. So
Correct.
what's our number 6?
6 is 22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Where you got it?
We have it in this tier.
Do you?
Yeah, we have it in this tier.
Wait, what number? You're both looking at your list. How are you
Yeah.
both blind here?
So
no. Okay, so we
that's
got a punt.
That's a punt.
We got a punt.
Remember, 2 slots above is a punt.
Okay, well,
Okay.
All right, what's your number? Or above? I said 2 slots or more.
good save.
All right.
Good save.
All right.
Nobody
So
noticed.
punt it.
All right, so then they do their number 7. We did their
Yeah.
number 7.
Yeah,
So
so
what's
you
your
guys
number
are up
6?
Number 6, we have National Lampoon's Animal House.
That's a punt. What is wrong with you two?
I will say this much: my original list is very much closer to yours.
Great,
Okay.
great.
I just throw that out there.
All right.
I'm glad white people all think the same. Oh wait, JT, shit. All right, fine.
Yeah, dude. Ecuadorian. That gives us street cred,
He's half and
motherfucker.
half. He's
Minority
half
in
and half.
disguise.
He's half and
It
half.
doesn't matter.
So now, what was your 6 then?
We already
we just did our 5.
5 because we had a punt because you guys had it higher.
right.
Yeah, our 5 is Revenge of the Nerds.
That's a punt.
That's a punt.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's your number 5?
I like that.
Our number 5 is Old School.
That's called a punt.
That's
What
a
are-
punt.
Yeah, that's called a punt. But guys, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't like somebody's list a whole hell of a lot, except for yours at number 10.
All right. So now what do we do?
Your number 4, which is a punt from ours earlier. What is
Yeah,
that?
that's
22 Jump
22
Street.
Jump Street. All right.
Well, we should have done our 4, but we'll do this.
Should we do our 4?
It doesn't matter. 22, we'll talk about it now.
So this is your number.
Our 22 was our number 6.
All right. So we're on your 6. That's where we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And you're number 4.
Correct.
Right.
Because we've already gone
I really
scooted
like
past.
this movie
Wow,
because
you left off some movies, I think.
yeah, I can't wait to hear what they're. Thing I love about this movie is how it changes what your idea of what a college movie is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And how the times have changed.
Yeah.
I just the scene where Jonah Hill's walking with his shoes, he's holding them, and all their girls are coming from like the night after. Just stuff like role reversal like that, I thought was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and also because I've lived long enough to know the one backpack strap
Yep.
over your shoulder versus the 2 back strap. When I was first in high school, it was the 1.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
When
Nobody did 2.
Yeah, nobody did 2. You were a
Right, that- you were
nerd
a
if you
dork,
did
yep.
2. Yeah, you got beat up.
Even the dorks knew you don't do 2.
You don't do 2.
You don't do 2.
And then when I went back to college in Florida State after I got out of the service, to 2, everyone was doing the 2. And so it was weird to have to buy, and the backpacks were built differently because the straps were.
I feel like there
yeah.
was some kind of explosive report that must have come out that was like, wear 2 straps on your backpack. You will fuck up your back.
I just think that
You do 1 strap.
the education, like we're more and more with internet educated now, and
Yeah.
it just eventually everybody went, hey, you know what's bad for you is only wearing a backpack on 1 when you got all those books. And all
Yeah,
the
one
kids going,
strap.
it's just smarter. Let's just do 2 straps.
How heavy were those fucking books, guys?
Oh,
all those
dude.
textbooks. It was like fucking 30, 40 pounds
Yeah,
of shit.
it was ridiculous. And they were
Nonstop. Plus notebooks
expensive.
potentially for each one of those, and folders and all kinds of other crap.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you sold it back for $20 at the end of the semester.
Just the worst.
What are we talking about?
140.
22 Jump Street? Another Wyatt Russell movie, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
Listen, that's getting less and less amazing when I see you going to your phone every fucking 30 seconds pulling a name. You know, I don't know what you're looking
Starting
up
to
and what you're
wonder
answering
now.
the text.
No 22 Jump Street, that's for sure. I
I'm
have my
just
list
saying.
in front of me.
You've been pulling some names every once again. It's just like he's on his phone a lot. I don't know if that's him or if that's the
shit.
computer.
Larry Miller, that was me.
Next time we play, I'm going to check his ears and make sure there's no earpieces in there.
See if he's got like Google contacts
Yeah,
in or something
Google
like that.
fucking contacts.
It's next gen that we don't know about.
Honestly, if I ever needed glasses, I'd be fucked because I could never put contacts onto my eyeball. Like I've seen people do it. It's insane.
Straight up lazy.
I love it. You
Yeah.
went from I won't wear glasses, I can't put contacts in. Just jab like knives in your eyes. Then just take it. Fuck it. You can't do any of it. I clearly can't do glasses. Contacts are out, guys. I'm just blind.
Yep.
I am just
I'd
blind.
embrace it.
I was surprised at how much I enjoyed this movie because the first one surprised me too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought the sequel was going to be like, oh fuck, they're going to put. But then they made fun of them. So they were so meta about it,
This
and
is so
it was
smart.
so brilliant.
Brilliant.
And having Nick Offerman in there, the whole thing with Ice Cube, like we had We had to make it bigger
Across the street.
unnecessarily so
Yeah.
bigger,
Yeah.
and then
It's now 22.
right. And the thing with his daughter was funny, and that girl from Workaholics, who I always forget. Her scenes with them, where she is calling them out how old they look, and they look nothing like they should be in college. All of that genius, just fucking
Yeah,
brilliant.
in fact, it's a sequel. The comedy sequel, I think we could agree,
Yeah,
is one of the
it's
hardest
tough.
things
Yeah.
to do.
It's tough.
It really is.
Outside of Wayne's World 2, like,
I
I
was-
can't
you
think
took
of
the
that,
words out of my mouth.
I can't think of that many good comedy sequels. Lord and Miller they were on fire at this point. They were Lego Movie,
Yeah.
22 Jump Street, 20. I mean, yeah.
This one has the Lucas brothers, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's played
Right.
for
Oh, yes.
pretty good laughs
Yeah.
in the movie. The two of them.
The only reason I watched that stupid animated film show of theirs is because I saw them in this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a 10-minute show on
I
fucking
haven't seen
Adult
that.
Swim,
Okay.
and they just get high the whole time and talk to some basketball player who has a massive head, and they're a moving company. It's called the
Yeah. Lucas Brothers
Lucas
Movie
Brothers
Company.
Moving
I haven't
Company.
seen it.
Yeah.
And it's basically get high late at night and watch the animated show.
Yeah, it's like a lot of Adult Swim.
Yeah,
I love the buddy comedy within this movie going
Yes.
on between not just Channing and Jonah, but Channing and Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt,
right, right.
I mean, that's just two
Shoot
meatheads.
that video together
Yeah.
where they're like training. Yeah, it's so funny.
It just the opening
Very
10
well
minutes
done.
is what sold me.
Yeah.
Because I was in the theater going, "Are you fucking kidding me with this? This is what we're doing." And to see that actually we're lampooning where almost every 80s and 90s
Yeah.
version of this movie would have gone, and we're gonna do something interesting. And just from that, how smart and intelligent that was from the moment, you're like, "This is good comedy. This is excellent comedy."
The Latin Wolverine. The whole Jeff moment. Jeff, my name is Jeff. All of it, just so funny, and it also ended up being really sweet, and had something to say about this relationship with Ice Cube's daughter. This whole thing about accepting people for who they are, and all that kind of just. So it was really nice to see that slid in there. So I wonder, like, what do you guys think about this thing with Lord and Miller and Solo? Like, is this the kind of thing where you would have liked to have seen them finish the film, or do you feel like they made the right choice?
I don't know. There's so much we don't know from behind the scenes.
And you're
I
never
feel
going
like-
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't have the information in front of me to give you a real good answer to that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a world where I'd love to see a world where we saw their cut.
Yeah.
We saw
Yeah.
what they did with it.
Yeah.
But we're never going to get that. We're going to get Ron Howard's.
I feel like when stuff like this doesn't work out, and when it gets this deep into a movie, it's on the fault of the studio.
Yeah.
I
It's
agree.
on the fault of the executives. Like, they didn't know what they were getting. Like, how do you even start rolling cameras
Yeah.
if you're not okay with the script and
Yeah, the direction
the
they
tone?
wanna go.
Like, yeah, what did they pitch you that made you hire them?
Yeah.
I think that the dust up doesn't not reflect poorly on the guys, but rather
Yeah.
on Kathy.
It's like the person
Totally
that. It's like the person that breaks up with you like 3 months in, and like just one day goes, I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Like, what happened? What's wrong? It's all wrong. It's just all wrong. And there's no reason. They just kind of kept going, thinking they'd figure it out eventually, and they never did.
The truth is, though, none of it matters if the movie's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Which
We'll
the
see what the
trailers-
product is.
The trailers do look good, at least from what I've seen.
I mean, Ron Howard has been working with Lucas since Willow.
If the movie's really
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
then Kathy Kennedy made a great decision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
great.
Good point.
I'm excited for it. Like, I never wanted a Han Solo movie, but I'm gonna go see it.
The only thing that scares me is this is the first trailer. My wife's never seen any of them. This is the first trailer. She turned to me and she's like, I'd see that. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I think I could get her into Rogue One. I'm not sure about the rest of it because she
Yeah.
doesn't want to buy in. But Rogue, to me, is a standalone. You can see that, not understand, and get the movie.
Right.
And the fact that you're like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't know. It looked good to me, but then she said that, and I was like, that could be a bad sign. That could be a bad sign.
I just find it crazy that they've been going out of their way to keep the same actors to the point where they rebuild a whole actor in CGI with Tarkin.
Yeah.
And even in the end of Rogue One, they give you Carrie Fisher with the DH.
Yeah.
They've gone out of their way to not recast people.
Yeah.
They go recast one of the big three.
Yeah, but-
Han Solo.
Yeah.
None of those characters carried an entire movie. That's the difference.
That's well, yeah, I agree, but like at the same time, do I want to see a whole movie carried by somebody who's not Han Solo?
Well, this
I
is the
don't
thing.
know.
I've kind of let that go as
Yeah.
as the progress has gone on because I've been like, this is
tried.
just going to be his version
I'm
of Solo.
trying.
Yeah, I wish I had more love for the hair. Like, I was great with Harrison doing his solo, but like, I'm okay with Alden doing his solo too.
Me too.
Because it's a character.
Because it's inevitable. So you might as well just accept fate.
Someone's going to play
It's gonna
John
keep
Rambo.
coming.
I don't think so. I think you could have just had all these actors, this new trilogy being their send off, and never see those characters again.
Wow.
Well, Ford was never coming back.
Oh,
He was
I know, I
happy
get
to be
it.
killed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's gone. We've had the older films, we had the newer films.
Right.
He had his send off. Did you really have to go make a younger Han Solo?
Yes.
Why?
Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that makes all the sense in the world.
Money-wise, I get it. But does Star Wars really need help making money? They could release a Jabba movie and it would still make as much.
Well, Guillermo del Toro said he wanted to do one.
Well, there you go.
Like,
Yeah,
he
which would be
wanted-
awesome.
That would be
He
cool.
wanted to do a Jabba movie in the vein of The Godfather. That's what he wanted.
100%.
I always like
There's a
Jabba.
side character who you could actually fill out.
Absolutely.
Han
He'll
Solo,
show
I
up
don't
in
need to know
Solo.
that much more.
He'll be in Solo, Jabba.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope. I
hope so, yeah.
You don't
That
think
would
so?
make sense because you have the first interaction of what they set up the familiarity later on, the fact that he's done numerous jobs for him. Maybe this is the first job.
We really got sidetracked here,
Yeah.
guys.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
the show. This
Doesn't
is the
matter.
show,
Welcome to the
son.
show.
We just
to the show.
explore. We go on
We
the
talk.
journey.
Yeah,
I
we
like it.
talk.
We take
just
we
live.
take
You got a
extra
story about
rambles
something?
in a
Tell
while.
us the story.
Yeah.
That's that was our.
That's
was
why we
before.
encourage people.
Lord of Miller.
All right,
That's
so
why we
our,
encourage people to listen to one episode of our fucking show before they come on it, Jeff.
our four then, which we should have
Oh, yeah.
already done, is Real Genius.
Real Genius, which was the punt
Wow,
from earlier
okay.
for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all me. That is all me.
Yeah, I just do not like
Well,
this movie.
I
is
love
all
this
Jeff.
movie.
You don't
Mainly,
like the movie.
I don't.
You don't like it. See, I can't say
boring.
that. I watched it growing up, but it's been maybe 15 years since I watched it.
Really?
Watch it again.
So I
'cause
have some thoughts.
it is
on
awesome.
Really?
Val Kilmer
Okay.
is so fucking good in that movie. It's
I love the kill.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love the thing with the closet with Laszlo. That whole world.
It should go off the rails, and the young kid that comes in,
Right,
it seems
Mitch.
like on the outside, Mitch, just like I don't know about this, but you
That-
fall in love with the
That's
guy.
the smart play is having this sort of unknown kid, this no name.
Yeah.
Come in. He's the lead of the movie, and Val Kilmer, who's like this cool Zach Morris, almost like a Zach Morris with Reach's mind.
But even smarter than that,
Right,
like super smart and
obviously.
suave.
He's
and,
like a strong supporting character almost.
he is.
And then you have the romance with Jordan. I really like William Atherton in this movie, who's just a great dick.
Oh, he's
right?
he's a phenomenal dick. And then the guy that plays the RA/his assistant, Kent. They
yes.
disassemble his car and then
Yes, yes.
reassemble it in his car in his
Yep.
room, and then
That
he
is
comes
good.
home and they put the radio transmitter in his
Yeah,
braces.
William Atherton from Die Hard, Ghostbusters.
From
What a
Ghostbusters.
great '80s villain.
Oh, dude,
this
it's-
movie is underrated.
Val Kilmer
Underappreciated.
drops so many good comedic lines. Like, what is the one? Can you? He sees the young girl who ends up sleeping with Atherton, and he was like, "What are you looking for?" Kind of in a guy, and she, can you hammer a 3-inch nail through that board or something like that? And he was like, "Not from here." And he's 4 feet away, 5 feet away. And he was like, "Oh, dude, the timing is so." It seems like he thought of it in the moment. That's how good the acting is.
Isn't there an awesome party in this movie?
Yeah, they show up and there's like
There's
a
a
pool
sick party, and then the popcorn ending is awesome.
Yeah.
You
The
guys
laser
are- you
shoots
guys are
down and
crazy.
hits it, and Atherton hates popcorn. with every fiber of his being.
I don't remember any of this.
We have a
Like,
connection.
Oh,
This movie is
I
so
watched
good.
it again for a Thunderdome of ours in the first iteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, and I didn't like it then either. I just
Still love it.
It's so boring to me, and it's not negative to any. Like, you guys loving it is fine. It's great. But for me, it just I don't know. I'll take Top Secret Kilmer at this time over Real Genius Kilmer. I like him better in Top Secret than I do. For some reason, the jokes here just don't work for me because they seem so already planned out as opposed to organic that it just doesn't work for me.
It seems realer to me in this than it does in others when you can tell. Like,
It was my 9, so I'm not going to go to the mat for it.
I fucking love it. I got no problem.
what number do you have it at?
We have it collectively at 4.
Yeah, he put it there because it was his number 2.
It was my deuce on my
It was
list.
our 9. So I was being reasonable.
Whoa. We were just in fucking simpatico, and now you're going to throw me under the bus for what? Their praise? For their praise.
Is a
not
little
know Jeff
high.
Sneider?
No, 4 is a little high.
Oh,
Jeff
man.
Sneider is literally
good.
the
It's
scorpion
good.
and
I'm
the
with
frog.
You know what? I believe you're Mike 3 on this board. I'm just going to go ahead and turn you down. So I'll barely come in. What's that, guys?
All right, so our number 3, we do.
Yeah, our number 3. Go for
is Animal House. National
Animal
Lampoon's
House.
Animal, which is punt from
is
you
our
guys?
number 6.
Right. This is just quintessential, right? And I think if watching it now with 2018 eyes, I can't love it as much as I did back then. And
Yeah.
a lot of these films, unfortunately, in remembering them, you kind of get uncomfortable watching them again and whatever, and it bothers you because you really enjoyed these films. But there's a lot they do in this movie that you're like, ooh, you couldn't really get away with. But it feels innocent because they're just having fun in this movie. The way it's presented, they're not like, yeah, go rape that 15-year-old. It's more just like you're exploring the sexuality of the situation and everything like
It's
that.
the 70s looking back at the 50s.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies, like, growing up, I was always told it's one of the greatest
Me too.
comedies of all
yes.
time.
Yes. Right.
So, like, I felt like I had to like it more than I really did.
Right.
And I would,
I'm
like,
with you.
literally buy the VHS because everyone tells me this is one of the best comedies ever. I'd
Right.
watch it, and I enjoyed it. But never, like, was like, oh, my God, I'm going to be quoting this movie the rest of my life.
Wow.
It just never connected with me to the level that I feel like other people maybe older than me did.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you.
Me too.
And I hate to bring up the age thing, but I am too young to worship this movie. I like it, but it's for the generation in between me and my father.
Yeah, that's me. That's
It's the
basically me.
first SNL generation.
Yeah.
A bunch of those movies that everybody's like, oh, comic classic. I was the same way. People told me this is the best comedy of all time, and I saw it and I was like, eh.
Yeah.
And it just, from
And
then
it
on.
has to be on the list, and
Yeah, it does.
probably in the top 5.
It's the
because
template.
It is a classic.
Yeah.
It is.
Undisputed classic, and it launched so many careers, and it was so influential. But yeah, I can't say I love the movie. I respect it more than I love it.
Well, fair enough. I do enjoy a lot of the comedic scenes that still work. The Niedermeyer stuff is still brilliant. John Belushi's great in the film. Tim Matheson's
Tim
right?
Matheson's
Peter
in it.
Riegert, Karen Allen.
Kevin Bacon.
Donald Sutherland.
Is that Karen
Donald
Allen or Nancy Allen? Whoever was
It's
in
Nancy Allen.
Nancy Allen. Whoever was in Raiders of
From
the Lost
Raiders,
Ark.
yeah, it's Nancy.
That's Karen Allen.
That's
and-
Karen.
Is it?
Oh, it's
And
Karen. Okay.
Raiders, yeah.
Nancy's
you're
in
right.
RoboCop.
God damn it.
Nancy's in RoboCop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Donald Sutherland's in this thing.
I had a point, but I lost.
Okay, you lost it.
I think I preferred other guy movies, like Porky's. I think I preferred Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Well, Fast
to
Time's
this.
great, but that's a high school movie.
Right. I know it's a different thing, but I kind of associate those late 70s,
Right.
early 80s comedies together. And
Those are more innocent,
wasn't my favorite.
right? Because even in Fast Times, when Jason Leigh sleeps with the guy, he said, "Dude, he's tricking her in essence, but he's raping her, right?" And you see here with Thomas Holtz's character,
We're going to
when
get
his-
into that with a movie later.
Oh, well, sure, that's true. Thomas Holtz's character when he's like with the daughter of the mayor of the town, and she's 15, and you get the devil and you get the angel. It was funny when you were watching it as a kid, but as you get older, you're like, oh.
Well, even as a kid, though, the ending with the whole floats, like it was.
Yeah.
I was like, they're trying to kill people. I was like, this is like I get this as a prank. People aren't gonna seriously
Yeah.
get hurt and die.
Yeah.
Like it almost felt like it was too much. Like there's being a punk in college and it's just putting people's lives in danger.
And you
As a
even thought
kid,
that
I
when
felt
you.
that. I was like, this seems like a
Wow.
little too.
Look at you! You
too
woke.
hard.
You woke as a child. You was woke as a child.
Like I found it. I was more concerned for the people than I was like laughing at the
That's the part Ecuadorian. You've seen these parades.
see these parades.
Exactly.
happened
Go
to
south of cheese, my friend.
Seriously.
You've been to Rio. I get you. No problem. Down there, big fiesta time.
I feel like certain movies are a product of the time and feel mean-spirited.
Yeah.
When you look back on now, French Connection's a great movie, but some of the racism in that movie,
Right.
like does not
That's
play
of the
well
time.
today.
That's
But
of the
again, it's
time.
Yeah, but I think that
Yeah.
more so serves the characters in that a little bit more honestly.
I agree, but I was just using it as examples, like
Yeah,
how I felt
how things
watching
are-
this
are
movie at
different.
some time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was
number
our 3. What do you guys got?
That was your 3?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your 3?
Okay. Our 3 is Neighbors.
Okay.
The fucking Zac Efron movie?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Did
3?
you guys not have on your list?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, so he hasn't
Never
seen it.
seen Neighbors?
Never saw it.
I just think the way it plays with sorority life, again, a lot of ways that 22 and 21 Jump Street played with college and high school, they do it with the point of view of somebody who used to be in those sororities, someone that used to be in college, and how Zac Efron plays against Seth Rogen is just hilarious to me. And I think it's really funny. And overall, it really shows you a different kind of college than the one you would see in like Animal House.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me clarify this. So you have an issue with Animal House, them trying to run people off, kill people. You got no problem with them fucking with a newborn baby. You got no issue with all these
they're not
fucking
driving through crowds of people. And
They're fucking
bleachers.
with both of those people, messing with their lives.
Yeah, but
you think that's
The
okay?
baby's never
Yeah,
jeopardized.
in jeopardy.
I just think that this movie is hilarious. Pound for pound, maybe the funniest movie on this list. I think.
What?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I can't believe that. To
I
be true.
love.
I don't think
Neighbors.
the sequel's as good.
No.
I will say
No,
that.
no.
But the first one is just a really solid college comedy. Taking it, it's like the neighbors that move next door that are too loud. But the way the kids are portrayed in
This
cast,
is a great This is a powerhouse performance from Rose Byrne, who's hilarious.
Rose is
is
great
hilarious.
in this movie.
You
Yes.
Jews and your fucking mothers. That kind of shit. I don't know.
yeah.
I
Again,
loved it.
But you buy the Kudrow stuff. The Kudrow stuff is ridiculous.
but that is such a small portion of the
But
movie.
it's so ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but the movie is ridiculous in a lot of ways.
That's what I mean. That's what
Efron
I
and
enjoy.
Dave
Yeah,
Franco
it's a college comedy.
are hilarious
yeah.
together.
This was Dave
I mean,
Franco's like he was in 21 Jump Street. But this
right,
is
then he
really
got his- exactly.
yeah.
He
Right.
In
got
this.
stepped up to Neighbors.
They get to have that emotional moment at the end
I really am a big fan of it.
when he applied
I'm
for
a big fan,
Verizon.
too. I really like the first one.
That was our 3.
That's our 3.
All right.
All right.
Nothing.
See it, Nose. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
should have. I got a friend that's in it. I should have
really?
seen it.
Oh.
What the hell?
I know. It kind of came and went, and it's.
Yeah.
This is the first I've thought about it
I think
since then.
it works better than a lot of those Rogan movies where he's kind of on his own.
True.
You know, like The Night Before. I know he has Gordon Levitt, Mac.
The Night
not
Before
the
is
regular-
great.
Not the regulars there.
And
Night
Zac
Before is
Efron-
great.
Neighbors to me is better than The Night
And Zac
Before.
Efron's really funny.
insane.
Like this was the movie that kind of showed he had chops
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
humor academy. And I was like, that's why he did Baywatch and stuff like that because he really sold it well.
Right,
in this
playing
film.
on his image at the end with the Abercrombie stuff
yeah,
or whatever it is.
Some really good stuff in there.
Wow. This must be a film of its
Go
time.
back. You got to. You know what you got to do, John? You know what you got to do?
Tell me.
Smoke some more weed, buddy.
I smoke Never mind.
Really?
Not enough, apparently.
I'm going to admit that on the podcast.
Why not? It is legal in this. We've talked about it in
Yeah,
the
sure,
past.
you're right. Yeah.
Buddy, fire up a joint, watch Neighbors again.
I shouldn't have to get high to enjoy a movie. Anyway, all right. So is it our turn? Number
Yeah, it's
two?
R2.
Which R2 is?
Back to school.
Back to School.
That
which
is
was
our
the
number
punt
2.
from earlier.
Where'd you guys
They
have
don't
that?
have the movie.
That was on my honorable mentions.
I don't think they have the movie. I can't wait to talk about it.
Are you?
They already saw it. They already know.
I thought
They
you-
already know.
I thought you guys had it on your list.
We
Back
do
to
not
School?
have Back
No.
to School on our list.
Nope.
Oh, I knew our next one was a punt, but
Yeah.
for some reason I thought that was a punt.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Here's the thing. I think you have to be a huge Rodney Dangerfield fan to like this movie.
That's literally the argument I made to him.
Wow.
Yeah, and
off air.
here's the thing. I like Rodney Dangerfield, but his comedy can only go to such a high level for me to the point where it's just Rodney Dangerfield doing his thing. And
That's the thing. I'm a sucker for Rodney
Yeah.
Dangerfield.
And I agree. And if that's what you're going
I'm a sucker
with,
for rapping Rodney.
I'm
even.
totally with you if that's what you're with.
mean,
But for me,
Caddyshack?
he's just-
You know,
By the
I
time
like him, but like
by the time I was old enough to appreciate Back to School, Billy Madison was already out. Okay, Billy Madison is my Back to School.
Yeah, I could see that, but it's like the thing is, like, if you're a Dangerfield fan, that is a quintessential Dangerfield. It's just like they allowed him to. They found him another script, which is like, hey, Rodney, you just be Rodney, and it fucking succeeded.
yeah. See, but I like Rodney
It's
when
a
he's
sweet fucking movie.
But the reason I like Rodney when he's paired up with somebody a little bit more like Caddyshack. What a great cast!
Well,
where
yeah,
he's
great.
just a
That's an
part of
ensemble
it.
piece, though.
This is like his movie.
Yeah, it's
And
his
for
and
me-
his son.
Well, his and his son.
Yeah, him
And
and his son, but
Downey
his son is not
Jr.
bringing any laughs in this movie.
No, he's not meant
no,
to.
he's the
not
heart of the
meant
movie.
to.
He is.
So for me, like, what's the one he did with Joe Pesci?
Easy Money.
Easy Money. Like that one I like because he has Joe Pesci to work off of. It's not. I don't think it's
Ladybugs
great,
is my favorite
but-
for the record.
Oh,
Which one?
Ladybug.
I love
Ladybugs?
Ladybugs.
Ladybug.
I don't mind it.
I don't
Like
mind either.
Jonathan Brandis.
For
Yeah.
me, like I said, it just
The late-
relies on how big of a Dangerfield fan you are. If you're
Yeah.
a big Dangerfield, then you love this movie.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're just like, it's good. I like it.
I think
Yeah,
it just really
honorable
reinforces
Honorable
the fact
mention
that you
for-
guys
It
are
was
the
my 11.
communists, because there's no way if you grew up in this country in the 80s, you didn't love Rodney as a God-fearing American. That guy is a fucking national treasure, and how dare you?
I would never say that about the comedian Rodney Dangerfield. I'm talking about the guy who just started.
No, you just assaulted him, and his estate will be in touch with you.
Sure.
Just so you
It's
know.
not called Top 13.
They're litigious, and they're going to come after you for that. No, Back to School, I think to me it's comic.
Like, what
fucking
scene's
gold.
really, like, when I think of the movie, there's
Yeah.
not like a scene or two that I'm just like,
The
yes,
triple
this-
Lindy?
The triple Indy does not jump out at you.
It's
What is wrong with
ridiculous,
you?
but it's funny.
The ridiculous nature of it's him and this really slow mo close up,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they pull to a wide shot, and they're not even trying to disguise the fact that it's
then
not
that-
Rodney.
Do you think that was
flipping
their
onto.
intention, or that was just what they had to do to make the movie?
I
don't
think-
think they were like, let's get something that looks nothing like him.
I think they did. They put a crap wig on him, and they said, "You know what? There's no way they ever assumed he could pull this off."
Yeah,
There's
he's
little,
playing
I'm
the rap.
watching.
What year was the movie? Do you know?
yeah,
Late
1986,
80s.
Sounds
Yeah.
right. That's what I would
something like
guess.
that.
I always preferred Summer School as far as
I love
80s
Summer School, too.
Summer
Yeah.
School.
As
Yeah.
far
Love
as
Summer
80s school comedies
Just came up
go.
on a list of ours.
Yeah, with Levine. Summer School is fucking
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, Comedy
That's-
Sequel. Oh no, that was
I love Summer School.
You want to talk about underappreciated film?
And
I
I even like
watched it.
Ski.
Shut up.
What's the Ski
Ski
one?
School.
Let's
Well,
see,
that's
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ski Patrol.
There's
Ski Patrol,
There's a
there's
few.
Ski-
Remember
Hot
the-
Dog the movie?
Hot Dog.
Bill Murray has his brother had moving violations. If you guys never seen that,
think I've seen
he is the forgotten Murray brother, not Brian Doyle.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like the forgotten Murray. He's Peterson. He played his brother in Scrooge.
I was about to say the brother in Scrooge.
Yeah, and he's the lead in this weird film. It was just right around the time of summer school. And he has to go to driving school to get his thing, and it becomes a whole thing. And it's fucking brilliant. But no, yeah, all right, fine. If you don't like, I respect if you don't like it. It's of its
It's not
time.
that I
You
don't
went in
like
summer
it.
school.
Yeah,
Huh?
we
Just
like
not-
it.
we
It was
like
on
it.
the top 13.
Were you implying that he did this movie before Summer School?
Who?
Murray.
No.
was
I was
on
saying
I
he
got
was at the
lost in
same
that for a
time.
second.
It
Okay.
was at the same time, around the same time it was released. Yeah. So not your thing, huh?
No, we like it.
Top 13.
It's honorable mention.
Sally Kellerman?
Honorable mention.
No, no, no.
Honorable mention.
Somehow Neighbors is better than Rodney Dangerfield at his apex.
Yes,
I don't
for
understand.
100% for sure.
It's such a sweet story, and he's teaching his kid like to learn to be himself. He said, "You're not you're a melon. You're a
again,
melon."
For me, Rodney Dangerfield is one note, but he plays that
One
one
note?
But he plays that
Yeah.
one note perfectly.
Except he's Satchmo in that one
that's what I'm
note. And
saying.
that's the beauty of
That's
it.
what I'm saying. He plays that one note perfectly, but for me,
Transcendent
I like
talent.
A little
You're
bit
just
That's
fucking sloughing them off. All right.
I'm not.
Well, what piece of shit do you guys have at number 2?
more. A movie I think when you think about these lists, these are movies we watch
boy.
all the time.
I brought the DVD.
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
saw it earlier. This is the only movie on my list that I own the DVD of,
I
by
own
the
the
way.
same DVD.
PCU is fucking hilarious.
I will let you
so
guys.
It
have a nice
totally holds up. In
conversation about
fact, I would say it's 25 years ahead of its time. You could release this movie today, and I bet it makes more money than it did then because this is what has happened to the world. Everything is politically correct.
Let me tell you, what Van Wilder was for Ryan Reynolds is what Jeremy Piven. I think this movie is what
He's
This
amazing.
is
so
Van
wait a
Wilder.
minute. You have problems
Spade
with
is
these other
amazing.
movies, but you put Jeremy Piven movie in this and all this stuff
I
against
just-
him.
I'm talking about the
Dude,
movie.
John Favreau, David Spade.
It was on
fucking
Favreau with
hilarious.
dreads.
Yeah.
It was on my list, but at 10. Like, the fact that you guys have it at 2 just baffles me.
Well, here's
baffles me.
Honestly, almost one for me. Almost one.
Here's the thing. When I come to these lists, it's the ones where I watch the most, the ones I remember the most. The ones to me are the ones that I'm going to be like, that's the movie I'm going to watch over a lot of the other ones we already mentioned. So for me, it holds a special place in my heart because it just hit me at the right time.
Yeah.
Okay.
The movie came out at the right time, and I used to watch it on cable, HBO.
It's so
all the
rewatchable,
time.
so
Yeah, it was on
quotable.
Comedy Central for years.
would go to
That's where I saw
school,
it.
And me and my friends would just quote this movie all the time.
When Spade knocks on the door of the thing, and they they give him the answer. They killed the Jews, or no, they killed Christ. Who are
Yeah,
the Jews?
who are the
Open up,
Jews?
sucko.
Anytime we get, pins and needles. Every time me and my friends' legs would fall asleep, we would just
The
quote this
dog
movie.
playing frisbee. The
one that-
George
Don't be the
Clinton,
guy that wear
Parliament
the shirt.
Funkadelic.
Don't be that guy is what stuck
Yeah.
with me. Don't be that guy.
Right, the guy who wears
That
the
has stuck with me.
the T-shirt of the
That
band
is in
the
my head
concert.
every once in a
Dude,
while. Be
there's
like,
so
I'm gonna
much
be
good
that guy.
shit in
Don't be
here.
that guy.
Yeah, I do it like if I go to I went to a Clippers game. I didn't wear a Clippers shirt. I wore another basketball
Plus
shirt.
Lucille Bluth. Lucille
Yeah,
Bluth.
that's right, as the dean.
There's a lot. Dude, this movie is awesome. Maybe the most rewatchable
See,
movie. on the
awesome
whole
is,
list.
is tough.
I can't understand.
It wasn't
They
even
put this at
on your
2
list.
And back to school.
Top
is
10
like-
college comedies list. You don't even include PCU.
It's
That's
on my
wild.
10. It's my personal is my 10, but I
I
think
think-
at number 2, potentially 1.
Again,
Written by Zach Penn.
Oh, if it's
Oh,
written
wow.
by Zach Penn. Oh,
Again, when I think of college films, I think of like ensembles, and then when it goes back to School, again, that's just a Rodney Dangerfield movie. that he's
Somehow
really
Pivot
good
is better. Go ahead.
I
Continue.
think the cast in this.
The
overall
only
is
drawback
great.
is this. Right, remember? Hey,
only
hey,
drawback-
ho, ho, this penis party's got to go. Hey, the
I
only
think it's
drawback
so-
of this movie is the women, because none of them are memorable and none of them stand out.
The name of the band is Everybody Gets Laid.
Yeah, I use that all the time. Tonight at the pit, everyone
Everybody
gets laid.
I mean, it's just
Everyone, just in case there's a trivia
Again,
question.
Everything you're talking about is exactly
never
what
gonna
you
come up,
apply
guys.
to somebody.
It's never gonna come up.
at
If I was
breakfast.
writing the questions, it would.
And trust me, we would all be hating you and be like,
Yeah.
who the fuck remembers a specific line from PCU?
It's like Sawinski and his love of Labyrinth. They comes up all the fucking time in the
I do
Schmoedown.
feel like this is a cult film. I don't
Yes.
think it's
Yes,
like, hit
no,
the main-
which is why it shouldn't be two.
I agree with you, but like when it comes to our list, we're both
I got
having
it
agreements.
packaged as part of a 3-movie thing. It was with Porky's, and there was one other movie. I totally forget
Porky's
what
is
it
worth
was.
it.
Yeah,
For how much?
I don't know.
$9 probably.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
But like this, like
I still feel like it's about
Still
$7
overpaid.
too much.
I own this on DVD because just like Necessary
Sorry,
Roughness,
watchable.
I don't know if I'll ever make another medium jump to Blu-ray or
Well,
anything. So like these are two DVDs
Right? Is this
I own.
I don't know. This is
Necessary Roughness. Had you had this at 2, I would be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm
Yeah.
pissed I missed it. 2 seems a tad bit
Well,
high. I'm pissed I missed it.
Listen, I will be happy to fight to get Necessary Roughness higher up in the charts.
Well, that's fine. But
That's
PCU
cool.
is going to
PCU
come
might be
tumbling.
dropping.
I don't understand.
Might go dropping.
That's
All right.
madness to me.
So what's your number one?
Our number one,
Yeah, I'm,
Because your punt from earlier,
old school.
That is,
Okay.
yeah, I love old school. So
Yeah.
dude,
Not
talk
gonna
about
argue.
jokes for days. That thing's
Yeah.
got jokes for days.
have an objection.
Oh, of course you do.
To me, old school is hilarious for the first hour, but the third act is a mess. Once it becomes a challenge,
Oh, but PCU makes sense. Third act, first act, second act.
Yes,
all
it
just
did
make,
to me.
It's still coherent.
old-
fucking film.
yeah, old school. I could never fully give
regale us
myself
with
over
more.
to.
Animal House goes bananas at the very end of it. Let's see, what else do we have that falls apart in the third? Van Wilder probably isn't the strongest in its third act.
It's the usual suspects of third act.
I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, not a lot of these movies are strong
I'm just
overall.
saying, old school at number one.
Film critic
Yes.
Sneider showed up. Oh,
Are you kidding me? Frank the Tank. And he's just like,
Come on.
I said it on stage last week. I was like, you know what? I turned into Will Ferrell old school. I had a nice little Saturday today. And it just talked about all the bullshit of why I was tired. But it was like, that movie comes up all the time.
Yeah.
The
Earmuffs is great.
Earmuffs?
And Frank the Tank is obviously a character who overwhelms the entire movie. And that recruiting sequence, set to Metallica, where they're pulling people into the
Oh,
van.
running,
That's
jumping,
amazing.
taking- Of course.
That's amazing.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, every time I see a
Just the
trailer
old
for
guy.
Jurassic World,
You just
I'm like,
yelled
you're
at-
my boy, Blue.
You just yelled
Great
at Blue
lines.
Parliament.
Great lines.
And you had Snoop Dogg in this motherfucking movie. What are you talking about?
The second half is
For Speaker
so
City,
weak.
baby.
This was Vince Vaughn's like turn to the comedy side, right? Before this, he was
No,
doing
I think Wedding
drama.
Crashers came out right
No,
before
Wedding
this.
Crashers was after.
Well,
Dodgeball.
Swingers
Was it?
Yeah,
You
well,
sure about
was
that?
after too.
Dodgeball was after too. This was
Swingers
Yeah,
before
that'll
all
tell you
this.
that.
Swingers was before.
Yeah, Swingers was before.
Oh, Swingers was, but that's how he started the career. But then
Right.
he went
Yeah.
But it was funny.
straight indie film drama for a while.
Yeah,
they
he
did
tried
what,
to do a
the
couple
Psycho
things.
remake.
Yeah, he
Yeah, what was the
doing,
one with the
Something in
Claire
Pigeons.
Danes? What was the one with Claire Danes where they're like,
for Forbidden something?
yeah, with,
Alice.
what? Forbidden Kingdom?
No,
Forbidden Kingdom.
Is it, no,
No?
it's Forbidden Palace. Yeah,
Something
I think you're
Palace?
right.
Breakdown
He's right.
Palace.
Breakdown
Breakdown
Palace.
Palace,
That's
yes.
it. Yeah, nice try.
He was
Forbidden
just-
Kingdom.
He was doing a lot of like smaller
close.
indie films,
It's
and
close.
this brought back to his comedic roots. And again, Will Ferrell coming off SNL, Luke Wilson doing what Luke
He's
Wilson
perfect
does.
for this
it's
film.
what you need.
Yeah.
Piven again.
Yeah.
As a jerk, which
Playing
is what
the
he
D.
should play.
That's why
Yeah.
it's so funny. The
Yeah.
casting's so perfect because now he's the dick after being the terrorizer.
Yeah, he just finally got the part that he should have gotten originally.
That he is
But
in real life.
can you really defend the last third of this movie? Can you?
Tell me where you think the last third starts.
Like the challenge stuff,
Because
and the
of
fat
that?
guy on the rings and like stupid
Because
shit
of
like
that
that.
is the what?
Because of the stupidity of the of course somehow the university controls a city zoning issue. You don't have fault in that they can determine what gets used for proper usage. So that means then the university owns it and how they even rent it in the first place, but it's a private owner, so they have no jurisdiction whatsoever unless it's a weird municipality where. I'm just saying, if you want to find fault in that, you got to find fault in the first end of the first act.
I personally like some of the challenge stuff, like the falling
Challenge
into
is
the
great.
fire, and then him pumping him up with all the
Yeah.
third-degree burns. Vince Vaughn having a cigarette, and he's like, still holding.
Yeah,
Still
just quaking, his muscles so
then-
fatigued.
the black dude on the vault.
The flag
Yeah, the
thing
Will
where
Ferrell
he's
on the
like,
vault,
oh,
yeah.
like some of that.
The rhythmic gymnastics.
I'm just saying we're gonna get to our number one, and there are challenges involved in that, and they're a lot fucking better. Like a lot fucking better.
Well, you already have PCU at 2, so I can't imagine whatever in the world you're going to have at 1.
I know what it is
Yeah.
now from what they just
because
said.
you
Go ahead.
punted.
Go ahead.
Our number one, which is really, I don't know if there's any
Oh.
real debate for
Okay.
this, is Revenge of the Nerds.
Okay.
You think college comedy,
Here's
you
the
think
debate.
Revenge
Lambda,
of the
lambda.
Nerds.
Yeah. Look, Revenge of the Nerds is a good movie. It's a
It
fun
is.
movie.
It
It's
made
great
our
to
list.
Visit.
Yeah, what number was it for you guys?
Good movie.
3, 4,
5.
5.
Five.
It was
Okay.
our 5.
So you have back to school about this?
Oh, I do, because
Wow.
no one gets raped in Back to School.
Listen, again,
no
yeah.
one gets raped in Back to
The
School.
end of this movie when all the black guys line up and they're
The
so
black guys.
Yes, whatever the fucking frat is, it's the black frat of
Yeah.
huge black guys. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Then
We
they
Are
go
the
to We Are the Champions. Like, this is the greatest movie maybe ever. Give it Best Picture.
I rewatched this not too long ago because it just came out on Blu-ray like a year and a half ago. And yes, there's some things that definitely don't.
Some
hold
things,
up.
yeah.
That is a big one. But the movie actually does have a pretty good heart to it.
Of course
It does.
I think
It does.
The
So
does
characters
Back
are
to School.
endearing. Booger is just one of my favorite
Yeah,
characters.
Curtis is great.
Curtis is
There
so
would be
good.
no
in
Frank
this.
the Take without Booger.
Yeah, exactly.
Ogre is what always has stayed with me.
yeah.
He's fantastic.
Great.
It just the
I love
visceral.
Lamar.
John Goodman coming in as the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An unrecognizable Timothy Busfield
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
So
the
good.
as the
with the weird hair and the thick
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, you couldn't make this movie these days with the panty raid, I don't think, and the
Yeah.
bush.
No, you have
Right.
to change
looking
it.
at spying
Right.
on women and that stuff.
Yeah.
and also at the end when he tricks her
Unless
into
you
having sex with
could you
him.
do a female Revenge of the Nerds?
Well, the problem is nerds rule the world now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it would
So
really
There's
work.
no revenge.
You can't
No
exactly.
revenge.
You don't go to any
Revenge of the
university. It's all jocks.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
But no
you
one
got-
has
somebody
sympathy
wrote
with
that
jocks.
script.
You got to go to an
Yeah,
SEC football school. That's
that
the only
was-
place I can see where that
Yeah.
works.
No one has sympathy for the
This
jocks.
this movie is a stone
many
cold
sequels?
classic,
No
and it
doubt.
has what we want from an '80s college comedy, which is nudity.
Mm-hmm.
To be
true.
clear, nudity is a fucking requirement.
The scene-
Sorry, old school.
Yeah, the scene where they
Old
have
school. You
There
talking
is
about
nudity. Wait,
topless?
there is
Yeah,
nudity.
yeah.
There is nudity in old
KY
school.
wrestling.
Wrong
What's wrong
movie
with
to
you?
say there.
the scene where they first try weed for the first time and they're having that party, and that's hilarious. Like the real nerdy guy, Poindexter, just starts learning
Yeah.
how to dance. He starts. I mean, there's so many moments to me
The
that
music
are just,
at the end, that's iconic.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
do 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 do
Yeah.
Doing their
do.
Devo imitation in essence, yeah.
For me,
on.
it's just one of the more memorable ones on the list. I put number one because this is when you say college movie, this is the first thing that came to my head.
I thought the music was when they formed a band in the second one.
No, it's the first one.
Well, there's
Second
a
With
one.
the kid that raps
that's the-
along come a lambda 4 feet tall.
They, well, they do.
Omega
They
Is that the first?
Moon.
do
Yeah.
a
In my head, that was the
different
second one.
version of it in the second one.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
maybe that's
Because-
what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like most sequels in the 80s, they
Just
kind
when
of
you
repeat
think
the
you've
same
seen
things.
it all, along comes a lambda 4 feet
Just
tall.
Yeah.
amazing.
Does a
I
weird
like,
robot.
I even like the second one. I don't think the second one's not that bad.
Back to Paradise, right?
Back to Paradise, yeah.
Good
Yeah,
38
it's okay.
special song.
Nerds in Paradise, yeah.
38 special had a great song on that
The
soundtrack.
only weakness was they went from R to PG-13,
Yeah.
so they lost some of that more raunchy college
Well, it was
stuff.
also years later, so
But I
the
also,
clamor for
yeah.
this wasn't as high.
And I did love that Ogre became a nerd at the end of part 2.
Well, no, and
Because he was all along.
yeah, and we're not pushing it. Like obviously, it's our number 5. It's a
Yeah.
good damn movie. We love it too as well. I absolutely like it was something that was constantly on a VHS. Like I had a VHS. I wore the fuck out of that VHS on this one because it's so funny and a great message at the end when they try to beat up Anthony Edwards and he's like he goes out and he confronts him and he forces Carradine. Which Carradine is it? Keith Carradine? David? Carradine?
I fuck it up every
Robert
time.
Carradine.
Robert
He
Carradine.
forces Robert Carradine to stop hiding in the shadows. He's like, we can't keep being. and this
Great
really,
message.
It's a film ahead of its time. You
You're
could
right,
say
you're
for
100%
what was
right.
going on now.
There's
Yeah,
the foreign exchange student, Takashi.
Yeah,
You got
Takashi.
You guys are
the
going to
exception of the gay guy who comes in.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like,
you
the
guys
ones
are
the
going to
jocks
sit
wanna
there
pick
and
on.
tell me Old School is better than Revenge of the Nerds. You're actually going to
funnier.
fucking
It's
tell
not
me
even
that?
close
It's
to me.
funnier.
It's not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
You
Like,
think?
You
pound
gotta
for
take-
pound funnier?
You gotta
It's
take
old school.
time and history a little bit into like.
Wow.
Look,
Red
I
Dead
grew up with
Redemption
this
was
movie.
too.
I'm older. This came out, and like
But
the
does
perfect time for me to see it, and still old school rings truer.
For me, old
Yeah.
school, you can make the argument it's a little bit funnier, but the fact that Revenge of the Nerds is able to give you that same kind of close to the same level of comedy and the heart and a little bit more of the characters I care about. I actually cared about the characters by End of Revenge of the Nerds. Old school, I'm just like these are funny guys doing their funny stuff.
You don't care about
it
what
hints
Will
at being comedy. That's kind of what I'm
I
going
feel
for
like
here.
old
You know,
school
jokes.
is the, if you asked a 13-year-old what are the top 10 college comedies, he's going to say Old School is number one, and that's the difference
And
between
PCU
our
right
answers, really.
behind you.
Oh
What are
yeah,
you talking
PCU,
about?
the masterpiece,
What are you talking about, Snyder?
He's not even going to have heard of PCU.
Please.
and he's the better for it. That's the thing.
For me, if this is, I know this is college comedies, and I don't always just go for the funniest. For me, I'm just looking at the movie overall.
Well, this is an interesting argument you make, JT,
Yeah.
because Back to School is the same thing. Back to School is incredible heart,
I
very
don't-
funny. There's hardly
Old
any
school, they're not
nudity.
even students.
Nobody gets
Back to
raped.
school, there's not that much. For me, Ryan Ditchfield, a great comedian. He's not a great actor. There's never a moment
No,
where I really
Neither was
felt-
Seinfeld.
But like, I think Robert Carradine and some of their actors, are actually doing pretty good performances.
Oh
in
no,
Revenge
of course, no doubt.
So
Yeah.
for me, when I just look at overall film, even if it has a little more heart, characters I care about a little bit more. It's not just funny, but it's that also. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like the complete package.
Yeah.
and that's why for me,
Almost
it goes
all the
number one.
movies on our list have some element from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, and Animal House.
Animal House is the
Animal House
template,
is
and everybody's stealing from that. So
100%.
Totally agree.
yeah, your argument was instantly undercut. Thank God. Thank God. I don't want to have to do this for the next 10
Took
minutes.
what Animal House did well, and to me, Revenge
Well,
of the
look,
Nerds improved upon that.
You guys, you could look out if
Yeah.
So
by the rules. So we're done with those. Are
can we just run down your 10 again? We'll run down our 10, and then before we figure it out, or no?
We don't normally do that.
Yeah,
do
but,
you want to
I
acquiesce?
I just want to
guess?
recap. Like, what were your 10?
Sure. We'll recap just because Jeff's
All
our
right.
guest. And
No
he
problem. You
wants
want to
do it
go
his
from
way.
the bottom?
Yeah. All right.
Go
number,
10 seconds. Go.
number 10, Freshman.
9, Road Trip.
Number 8, Van Wilder.
7, Everybody Wants Some.
6, 22 Jump Street.
5, Revenge of the Nerds.
4, Real Genius.
3, Animal House.
2, Back to School.
Number 1, Old School.
You had Everybody Wants Some on your list, too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
We talked
Yeah,
about
they
it.
had it. Number 10 for us,
Hunting and stuff.
Well,
Necessary Roughness.
right.
9, Real Genius.
8, Everybody Wants Some.
7, National Lampoon's Van Wilder.
6, National Lampoon's Animal House.
5, Old School.
4, 22 Jump Street.
3, Neighbors.
2, PCU.
And 1, Revenge of the Nerds.
You know the best part is? We both have 1, 5, 1, 5. So Old
Really?
School is our 1, your 5. Revenge is your 1, our 5.
Wow.
I thought it was actually closer, so you guys are going to win by technicality. So now we do have a fight. We
Okay.
do have
Oh,
a fight.
all right.
How are we going to fucking
How
determine
do we
this?
solve this?
Because I just think you guys are wrong.
As far
Like
as
a
I
number
have
one,
many
no
levels.
better argument than that.
as far as number
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Marrow deep. I feel
Old
like
School
we're
is
right.
not about college-age people. It's not about college students
It's a
at all. It's
college
about adults
comedy.
who decide to set up a
It's-
frat like a college would have.
But they're doing everything that you associate a college movie comedy about.
But Revenge of the
Parties?
Nerds does that.
I
and did it
yeah.
first.
Revenge, again,
We're trying to excise that rape from the
think
world.
I
You know
made
what I
a
mean?
pretty
You know
good
what I'm saying?
case.
You got to pick your battles.
We will not.
I just can't see Old School. I could put Old School in the top 3. I can't see it taking Revenge of the Nerds number 1 spot. Again, I think I explained it pretty well earlier. It covers every base. Like, I think Old School covers the comedy base.
Clearly, you didn't explain it eloquently enough because we disagree with you. Once again, marrow
you
deep.
said I
Let's
made
give
some good
Old School
points.
number 2 then. There's no way.
There's no way I'm going to put a rape film up above
rape
Old School.
film.
I just
A rape-
won't.
exactly.
There's a rape in this
It's
movie.
practically a snuff film, guys. Don't you feel?
that is when you
this
look
might be a
at
felony.
it through today's
Yeah.
lens.
That's how we're looking
Back
at it.
then,
That's how we're looking
it
at
was
it.
hilarious.
If back then he knew
Case of
that you were
mistaken
trying
identity.
to kill people at the end of Animal House, then back then people knew they were
in
trying
Old
to rape.
School, they're
I
taking
bet a lot of
advantage-
women saw Revenge of the Nerds and were like,
Old
wait a
School, they're
minute,
killing
that's
an
rape.
Old man.
he's
That
sleeping
old
with the
man just
boss's
died.
daughter,
He
right?
died happy.
How
He
old?
died happy.
How old is the daughter? Is she legal, Alicia Cuthbert?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
was in
she's
high
legal.
school.
She's
Yeah, but
18.
it's morally questionable.
Oh.
Morally
Yeah, but he didn't
questionable.
know.
Morally questionable versus a felony.
Yeah.
Versus a felony.
They were the same age in Revenge of the Nerds.
No, yeah, but
It wasn't.
It's
an
a-
age
it
thing.
doesn't matter.
he didn't trick her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he was
He
a
forced
good
himself.
lover. He gave her a good time.
Oh,
And
boy.
they
She
end up-
Yeah,
forced himself on her.
According to the sequels, they end up together and get married and have kids.
Yeah, exactly. They
Throughout
stayed
this-
together.
Why do I get the feeling you guys don't think Breakfast at Tiffany's is racist? Why do I?
What do you like making?
Ah, he's fine at that. It's, it's of the
All right,
time.
listen,
time.
It's
if
of
we-
the
If
time.
we don't want Old School number 1. You guys don't want Revenge of the Nerds number 1. Is there anything else you would argue?
No. What we'll do
No.
is we'll put Old School 1, Revenge of the Nerds 2 is what we'll do.
Whoa, damn! This
Yeah.
is a dictator.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
Look, the
making
best-
the guests feel welcome.
The best I would do is if you got a coin, you can flip it.
oh no!
I don't have a coin.
I don't know if I have.
I don't have
Oh,
coins.
I'm gonna flip Sneider here in a minute.
There you go.
We flip a credit card.
Then I'm going to write Old School down because
Definitely.
we've been doing this show for
In
years.
alphabetical order, it's Old School.
You be allowed to log your protests online.
I can't believe how many like classic comedy people, like Judd Apatow, whoever the fuck it is, Mel Brooks, well, what they would think of this positioning of Old School over Revenge of the Nerds.
I think they'd be fine.
a
with
movie that launched a franchise, whereas Old School never.
Well,
got
we
a
know
sequel.
that Apatow's listened to at least one episode in the past, so we might get an
Oh,
answer
really?
on that.
Yeah, Judd, hey, chime in.
it. We got lucky.
Yeah, let us
Tweet
know.
us.
Did call you
Tweet us.
comedy class.
Well, he did say we didn't have enough comedies. We just
Yeah,
really
that's
have a lot
true.
of comedies on this one.
That's true. It's
All
an
right.
all-comedy list.
All right, so our next one was Back to School.
Back to school. What do you guys have
two.
next?
What do you guys have? Two.
PCU. We don't have, and you have Back to School.
We don't have Back to School,
Oh, that's
We
right.
do not.
It's on your
doing
honorable
this-
mentions.
and we don't have, and you don't have Neighbors either. So the next one we have together is 22 Jump Street.
Oof. All right.
No, the next one we have together is Animal House. Because
Yeah.
that's 22 is what? Your number what?
It's our 4, and Animal House is our 6.
Yeah, Animal House is our 3. Once again, 22 is our 6. So you guys just lost. If you want 22 at 3, you got it.
Okay.
Wait, no, wait. It's not a tie.
No, Animal House would be above it.
Animal House is our 3.
Yeah, it was our 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
so Animal House
so
goes
Animal
there.
So now we're going
And that's
old school,
honestly, that's a
Revenge of the
legacy pick.
Nerds.
I
Animal
get it.
House.
I'm not even
Yeah, that's
arguing.
fine with
It's
me.
a
I
legacy
think
pick.
Legacy should get the fucking nod.
All right, calm down.
Animal House at 3, 22 Jump Street is at 4.
Correct. And we still have your PCU.
Our 5
which
would
isn't-
be PCU, and our 6 would be Neighbors then. No?
Well, yeah, we also have Back to School. That's what I'm saying. So if you want PCU there, higher, you got
So
it.
much
Can
funnier
we
than
talk-
fucking
can
Back
we
to
t-
School.
Can we talk about necessary roughness? Because you guys, I think you would have had it on your list.
Yeah, we're going to have to get to that.
We will.
We're going to get to that. Trust me.
He's making a play to get it up from 10.
I know that's what I'm like. It needs to be
As long as it's on the list, that's all that matters.
okay. Okay.
I think with necessary roughness, because
I
you're
think it's
10.
in the 10th
Yeah.
spot.
It should,
I think
as long
it's
as it's
getting
in
the 10th.
there.
Well, he never seen it, so like, how can I argue for it?
Well,
All right, what
all
about
three of
this?
us
We
will argue
do-
for it. We haven't gotten to Everybody Wants Some yet.
We have not.
Or have we
could
gotten
be-
22 Jump Street?
Or Real
I would
Genius.
say PCU at 5 because that's their 2, and we haven't gotten to our 2 either. So we do that at
Back to
5.
Back to
School
School.
at 6.
Okay.
All right. 7 would be Neighbors.
No, because we have commonality left. We got Real Genius, and
right.
we got Everybody Wants Some,
And
and
Van
do we have
Wilder.
Van Wilder as well.
And Van Wilder, yeah.
So that's
7,
3,
8, 9.
and I'd be willing to give Necessary Roughness a 10.
Me too.
Me
Okay.
too.
In fact, I would move it above Van Wilder. But
I would too.
All right, well, then now we got to do, what do we want at 7? Real Genius, we have at 4. Where do you have that?
At 4? Wait, at 4? No, that doesn't make
we
sense.
have it
Real
at 4.
Genius,
Oh,
we have
okay.
at 4.
We have it at 9.
Where do you have Everybody Want Some?
8.
Yeah.
We got that at 7. I think
Everybody Wants Some. I think it's up there, doesn't it?
7-8 versus 4-9.
Yeah,
I
okay.
would imagine 4-9
I think the
makes
4-9 wins it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got caught
So
up in that.
Neighbors is getting cut.
Yeah.
Probably.
Our 3 is getting cut. All right.
Well,
In
unless you
favor
want to
of-
fight for that over
in favor
Necessary
of Back
Roughness.
to School.
Because that was our number 2. And it slots higher than yours. That PCU
yeah.
made.
All right.
Yeah, we gave you guys back to school. We'll take
So wait,
PCU.
is PCU on it?
Yeah,
It
it's
did.
on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's number
Okay,
5.
You
So
got
we got
that on there.
Van Wilder and a wild spot left. I think we all agreed, well, we would be willing to vote for Necessary Roughness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over Van Wilder, yes.
Over,
Yes.
So you want it there.
Yeah.
But you're taking that over Neighbors. I guess with our vote, that's what happens.
I'm not going to fight you guys on this.
Necessary Roughness is one of my
You want it,
favorites
you
ever. Like, yeah. I kind of feel like I cheated because it's a football movie more than a college movie.
it's a
but-
college.
But
It's
it's
a
the
comedy.
Fighting Armadillos.
Yeah. The Fighting Armadillos.
I just love that movie.
So as far as I can tell, we got 9 movies on the list.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we
How
all.
many movies
Congratulations.
do you guys have on
We
the
both
list?
had pretty similar lists
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, we had different spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want a cookie as well?
I feel like we won.
Oh, my God.
I mean, if this was a competition.
Oh, my
We got
God.
9. How many of your movies are on the list?
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Guess who got number 1? That's all that matters. That is all that matters.
I'm glad PCU. made the list.
Asterisk.
When you guys started not, I was like, they don't have PCU. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to fight to keep this on.
I will file a
glad it's on there.
protest to the podcast gods.
All right, we're going to do this? I'm banging, right?
Yeah, unless you want to try and read my chicken
No,
scratch.
no, I'll bang.
All right.
Okay. The top 10 college comedies, yeah. At number 10.
Van Wilder,
At number 9.
Necessary Roughness.
At number 8.
Everybody Wants Some.
At number 7.
Real Genius.
At number 6.
Back to School.
At number 5.
PCU.
At number 4.
22 Jump Street.
At number 3.
Animal House.
At number 2.
Revenge of the Nerds.
And our number 1 college comedy is
Old School.
Old School. Well.
The only
well.
choice.
You know what? At least Revenge of the Nerds is number 2. To me, I think for a lot of people, they might be interchangeable. Like
Well, we said comedy, right?
Yeah.
Look at all these people in Old School who are comedians
college
still.
comedies. Yeah. No.
Yeah?
Well,
Right?
yeah. Well, different era.
Yeah, Anthony
I
Edwards.
agree. Chris Armstrong is still going strong.
Oh my
He's the
God.
only one,
I don't know
though.
about
He's the
strong,
only
but
one.
he's still
Comedically,
going.
I guess you'd
Yeah.
say John Goodman.
Yeah.
Well,
with
Anthony
Roseanne.
Edwards walked away from Revenge of the Nerds. He didn't want to do it anymore after the first
No,
movie. So what does that tell you?
I totally understand, but
Yeah.
still, I love that movie.
No, I'm not bashing. It was high on our
But
list.
again, I love Old School too, so like I'm not mad.
I am.
He's mad.
PC you got on list. You should be happy.
Do you guys, don't you have a match coming up that we can boo you at?
Yeah.
When is that
Yeah.
coming up?
I want to hear those boos. We have Above the Line coming May
I think it's May 18th.
18th. Yes.
Is that the same day Deadpool 2 comes out?
It might be.
Or is
Yeah,
it
it
solo?
is.
I don't know which one comes first.
Do you fear them more than you feared any other team? And we're okay if you say that.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm a big fan of Drew. Like, I've known this guy.
Yeah, that dude knows shit.
For as long as I've been reading any cool news.
He's the only one I fear in the Schmoedown
Yeah,
ever.
Sam, that's a guy who, when he started the Schmoedown, was good. And through a lot of, I feel like, studying and research, has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
But
Him and
again, this
Rachel's.
game, there's matches where I thought we had an easy match, and we went to sudden death. So you never know. Honestly, but here's one thing I do know. We're going to give them a fight, and it's going to be close.
I think that they're both tremendous competitors. I know how good Drew is. But I also know, you can catch him on a bad day, or, there's some blind spots in his game.
Yeah. If you can catch them in animation, especially Levine,
Yeah,
I think you
who
get him every
knows?
time.
And again, I think JTE and I both have our A games and our less than A games, and we're going to have to dig deep.
How much-
It's very rare we're both off.
But I don't know that I'm scared of them, because if we lose, people maybe expected. I may have been more nervous playing you guys.
Yeah.
How
just
much-
because I thought you could have stolen it.
How much does it cost to fix a match? What is like the
I don't know, but I
ballpark?
can't afford it anymore.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
How ironic.
We're both working, so this should be fine for us.
If we were fixing matches, they would be blowouts every time. I'd be,
You got to make it believable. That's what a good fix is. You can't
if
tell.
I'm paying money, I'm blowing it off.
You're shaving points.
Can't let McWeenie get like classics or something
Yeah.
like that. But if we get our strength and they get a relative weakness, we could do it.
I would say the
I
weakest
think so.
match you guys have ever played was against us the first time, and you still took the belt. Like, you guys really were on the ropes. It was over. And then, because if Matt answers that
Was it Magnolia?
I don't even remember. I just remember
Was it
the
Magnolia
Magnolia question.
Oh, yeah.
It's over. It's
I
over.
was shocked
It's a bad
that he
one.
didn't get
Yeah,
that.
me
But
too.
I haven't seen.
Because he knew
Listen,
it. He
I get
knew it. He just.
I said the sixth man.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never even
Yeah.
seen the sixth man.
Yeah.
I've seen the 6th day plenty of times. It all comes down to what you could. One
Yeah,
little slip
that's
up is all it takes.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Slip up. That one slip up I made
Yeah.
changed the whole.
It did. Because you got
Yeah,
nervous and you
complexity.
started to worry and you had to catch up. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
done.
And I'm allowed to reference our match because this is coming out after. No, all right,
Not yet.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will release before that comes out.
Right.
No, our match comes out Friday.
Does it?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
coming. out
you
next
know this.
Wednesday.
You know this for
Beginning
a
of
fact.
May, Friday, the first
Like
Friday
this,
of May.
This Friday.
You know this for a fact.
Yeah, May 4th is my match.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
All right. We can talk about it, I guess.
Oh, so then that means my match then comes out that day too for everybody who was on Patreon like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
a few days ago or something.
Right.
I don't even
2
know.
days. Yeah, 2 days are.
I don't know what their release
hits.
schedule is.
No, I was just gonna say like that Jeepers Creepers question.
Yeah.
Like I had to dig deep for that.
What was the question?
You either know it. It's just like you have to like
I
search
love
the
Jeepers
recesses of
Creepers.
your brain.
I think I
within
would've-
Is
that
it
time
Justin
limit.
Long and somebody and the other actress? And there's
Like-
what's the name of the movie? Blah blah blah. And it was
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
Like
Oh,
a,
and I know.
the A Cry in the Darkness answer, which I
Oh.
almost lost on, which
Meryl Streep?
would have been really embarrassing. That was because I'd already used a repeat. Maybe I had one more left.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Probably.
felt like I was pressed for time. If I had another 5 seconds to think about it, maybe I could have pulled it. But yeah, you just have to rush it out, and that's the difference between winning and losing.
Yep. And I felt.
And it almost cost me.
This is the only time I've ever lost to Jeff where I felt no shame, like no shame, because it was a great match back and forth.
I mean,
and
I was on. I missed 3
Your
questions.
last
Yeah.
question, man.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
If I'd had any other category, I had a
Yeah.
shot.
You
Plus,
told
it's
me
so
this.
specific.
You
Yeah.
told me that question, and I knew immediately.
Yeah, but you have to have
you
seen the
to
movie.
You
Right.
don't though.
No,
I
that's not
didn't
true,
feel like
'cause
because it became a thing.
It became a meme a little bit.
It did.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
if
a
you don't
horror
even know
person.
what they're referencing, you don't
Yeah.
pay attention to the
Yeah.
meme. You're like, I'm so
Yeah,
lost
sure.
on so many different levels.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was like, I mean, spinning biopics blind. That was, it was insane.
Incredible.
And Jeff's anger, and that's something. That's why I went into this match because of what happened with our last match, the meltdown. I swore to myself, I'm never melting down again. Never.
Okay.
Never. And so even with Jeff, it was like I was relaxed, and Jeff was doing his usual things that he does during matches to fuck with you, and I was rolling with it because I'm like, nah, it's not happening this time. I'm cool.
You haven't actually seen the edit, have you? Just wait until you're answering
no.
that last question.
Yeah, and our basketball game should be coming out at some point by
Yeah.
the time they hear
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
We
I
haven't
am
played it yet,
so
but it
excited.
should be coming up.
Yeah.
I am so
Should be coming
excited.
up.
I'm ready.
I've been playing with Spencer. We've been taking our lunch breaks and going to play basketball.
Nice.
Right down the street, Beverly Hills. And it is a different game playing 1-on-1 or 2-on-2.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
100%.
So much more energy is it just takes it out of you
Right.
Yeah.
as you're playing. So I'm glad I'm starting to play some more 1-on-1
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like if we show up for that 2-or-2, I'd be like, oh, this ain't full court. I can't slack at all.
Yeah.
I got to literally be.
Oh, you can't get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, you can't. You literally got to be on. So
It's 100%.
I'm ready, man. I've been playing a lot. I feel good.
I have nothing to do but train for this.
Yes,
race.
that's true.
I hit the treadmill today for the first time in a year.
Listen, yeah, and I got 10 years on both of you, so good luck.
That's the speed demon, man.
Yeah, I'll outrun that. Yeah, with the energy shit, I could do that all day.
Yeah.
That's one of my few good
Outrun,
skills.
out jump, whatever. We got JT here. He's going to outshoot.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to who's hitting their shots. I
Right.
mean, I think me and Matt's really good at defense,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays really well in a 5-on-5 game. I think you're really good going off picks, getting open.
This is
I'm-
cute what you're doing.
No,
but go ahead.
I'm curious to see the 2-on-2 because I prefer 2-on-2, 3-on-3. I always feel like I play better when I have more room in the court to try to make my shot. You have to create a shot on 2-on-2
Right.
more than you're not going to get wide open shots off picks as much. You have to create your shot.
Yeah.
So the game is different, and I'm excited to see how it works out.
I don't know how you create a
Can't
shot
wait.
when you have two defenders all over you. You can't shoot the damn ball.
That's the thing. Then your partner gets a wide open shot, and it all comes down to if your teammate's hitting his shots also.
I got to be honest. I think you guys are totally fucked.
I got to be honest. I think you're fucked too. You're really fucked.
You, want to make
can't
a
play
little, we
down
can make
low
a
at all.
side wager on top of whatever else.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're
You don't
getting.
understand.
I'd literally bet you whatever you want after
Yeah,
seeing you guys
absolutely.
play basketball.
I will
feel
bet
pretty
whatever you
good.
As
want.
soon as I saw Rocha dribble and pass a ball, I was like, oh, this
I don't need to do any of
set
that,
match.
though. I don't need to do any of that.
Okay.
All I have to do is set picks and roll into
picks is
roll,
2-on-2.
and roll to the basket. That's all I have to do.
Don't worry,
guys
guys.
are fucked.
Keep laughing. This
Yeah.
is gonna feel so good.
Set picks
It's
and
gonna be
roll to the
so
basket.
fucking
It is.
good.
I'm excited for it.
Because neither of you
I
two
don't
have
show
a
you guys
body.
anything on Saturdays. I show you nothing. I pretend I'm like the
great.
moron,
Good
the
to know.
worst one on the court. You're
Good to know.
you're doomed.
Well,
You're doomed.
then you are good.
Yeah,
It's
you're good
acting
to go.
because that is fully believable at all times.
You're so ridiculous.
Like, I think I know what your limitations are, and you're saying that this is a charade. I'm
We'll
impressed
see.
because
Neither of you have the body to come close to what I'm doing down low. Neither of you
But
to affect
at
a
the same
fucking
time,
thing.
I don't know if you have a lot of control underneath the hoop. I've seen you play.
Yeah.
You can't get a rebound unless you can't box out. I don't know if you have the.
Did you just say I can't get a rebound?
No, he
said
said
you
he
can.
can.
Oh,
He
yeah?
said
You can.
And,
Like,
and I'll, I'll
and I
admit
box
the same
out.
thing.
I don't know if you have
You've got the size advantage.
Yep.
the mechanics to be really effective underneath.
yeah. Well, that's where you
That's
missed
all
this
I'm saying.
past Saturday because
Well,
There's a difference when
Oh,
you're
this- I
playing
was here-
4
I
on
was there
4.
last Saturday.
When
Oh,
you're,
it's-
when you're
same.
playing 4 on 4. There's a difference when you play 4 on
Well,
4 down low
I
because
agree.
two other people are
No,
around who
I
can
agree.
block the shot.
And that's what I'm
if
saying.
it's just you,
I
it's
agree.
game over.
I'll tell you, you stuffed me good last week.
Yeah, I know I did.
I-
Rocha
I'm
stuffed
excited
it right
to
I'm
see it.
getting better. My
I think-
rhythm's coming back.
Here's the thing: the first game is going to be a lot of feeling out, seeing what works, what doesn't.
It's going to be 21 to nothing
And I
or
think
11 nothing.
the first game is the only one I think has a chance of being lopsided. And I think whoever makes adjustments after that first game, it's going to be close in the last two games. That's my
first off, it's not getting to a third game.
You don't think
And
so?
whatever adjustments
No.
will need to be made will be
Here's the thing.
one-sided because
No,
I think
I
If
don't-
you get above 5 points against us, I'll
But
be
here's the thing:
surprised.
I don't think Knost, you're a really good mid-range shooter. I don't think you're very good outside.
He's not going to need to be outside.
it's 2-on-2. Why do we need to shoot
He shouldn't need to be
outside?
outside.
You just like you said, there's space for days,
I-
so it doesn't fucking
yeah,
matter.
so you-
I'm not forced out by bigs
I
patrolling
agree.
the paint.
But
It's
so you
gorgeous.
think you're just going to be able to get to the hoop?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
taller than you. He's taller than you.
Day long.
I can't wait for this game.
Yeah, me either.
Please
This
go
is gonna be so
outside
good.
right now.
Right now, let's
Is
go
there a
play.
court nearby? Let's just get a scrimmage.
Even with my
in.
bum knee, I'll play you fuckers.
It sounds like they got a hoop in the next studio. I'm not kidding.
I'm literally going to show up stoned.
Let's just play 2-on-2.
Sure,
I
want
got
you
a
to
buddy
show
that plays
Stones.
way better stone, so maybe that works
Bring
for
your
you.
girlfriend too, please.
Oh, but
And
I
bring your-
will.
Let's just
Please
play
do.
2-on-2 for a scrimmage, just
No.
so you guys have an idea what you're going to do.
No, what's the point of that? Why would you give away?
no,
I
Why would I
want to
give-
beat
why
you.
would we give you-
I want an audience. I
Why
want the
would we
biggest
give you
audience they can
footage?
find.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I
Yeah.
love playing
Yeah,
basketball,
me too.
and I just think.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are in
can't
the
wait.
Saturday game. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. I swear to God, I love it. The more
that-
people, the
oh,
better.
yeah.
The
Dude, you know how
Spencer
many-
showed up. Perry finally showed up.
Yeah.
It's like
You know how many people I've invited?
Yes,
Like, I invite
that's
a lot
all
of
I
people.
do. I
Just so we
started
need
that
more
game,
people, so none of
years
us can
ago.
fucking play.
Perry fucked up. Perry fucked her feet up.
No
Like,
way.
She's,
Oh, really?
both her toes.
When playing?
But yeah, because of the old shoes.
What was
She
she
had
wearing?
those-
I didn't notice.
She was wearing
She was
these old
wearing some
basketball
old
shoes since
Nikes.
college, like old school Nikes.
Yeah.
And her toes were destroyed.
Oh,
she showed me
no.
them purple, and she
Well,
went to
we
the
p-
she went to
well-
urgent care yesterday.
Well, she just needs to drill a hole in
Jesus.
it, release the pressure, and then she'll probably lose both toenails.
You tell her that.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's mad she can't
It's
do
so
CrossFit.
funny. Ellis was the first one to invite me to your game,
Yeah.
and he's shown up like
No.
once in 3 years.
When people tell me like, "Oh, Ellis told me he's coming," Ellis has been there maybe twice.
I felt bad
maybe
that-
twice in 10 years.
I felt bad because he was the one who invited me, so like
Yeah.
I had to start going without him inviting me. I was like, I'm just gonna go by myself.
No,
He's a legend of the court.
please. The more the
Street ball
merrier.
legend.
Yeah.
Mark
It's
Ellis
been
used to
fun
play
playing.
here.
It's been fun playing again.
I used to play with Tom and Makuga a lot, and then Tom.
Are those guys good? They look athletic, but
Tom's good.
neither one of them
No,
seems
Makuga
like
can't
they'd be
shoot.
very good.
Makuga can't really shoot very well, but he's good under the board. He's good on defense. Tom's actually really good.
If I was playing Makuga, I'd be worried underneath.
Yeah,
'Cause he's got the size.
You two would just
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
he's thick.
Yeah.
Tom's actually really
In
good.
the head.
I didn't
Tom
say
Danino, aka Buffinstock.
Pretty sure he's thick all over. You know?
Tom HGH.
But I can't wait for this game. I just love competitive. I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah.
Let's
So
do it.
I'm excited.
I'm
for it.
in.
And we fighters too, so it's going to be nasty.
It's gonna be good.
That's why Ellis is good.
I'm
Ellis and
not-
I have a hard time controlling it.
I
It's
am
going to be a
not.
lot of
If you know me, I don't like foul people hard. I'm not.
No,
like,
me either.
no.
I'm
Nobody's
not
dirty.
This isn't turning into Detroit Pistons.
No.
I'm looking at you, Snyder.
Yeah, I was
This is not turning
you
into
guys
Detroit
literally
Pistons.
have no idea how many games I've been ejected from.
Yeah, we're
I'm not
old men.
surprised.
Gave a guy a stunner once.
There's
no shit.
no need for that.
100%
I
real.
barely ever foul really hard. I never really call fouls.
Yeah,
unless
yeah,
they're
yeah.
really
Me,
bad.
exactly. You got to foul the shit. If it's like if it's after the shot, I already took the shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking
Yeah,
matter.
Totally.
Dude, when we play on Saturdays, I'm the new guy, so I keep my mouth shut. I'm the biggest head case ever on the court.
Oh,
you guys
no.
are fucked.
Well,
guys are
look,
doomed.
if you do a stunner on me, I am going to take you out, just so you know.
Brother, I played for 20 years in D.C., Virginia against all the shit talkers, the best shit talkers there are. There's nothing you're going to do that's
I'm
going to
curious
fuck me up. bud.
who's going to match up with who here? Because I feel like
I already
Oh, I'm
know.
taking this.
I
one.
Yeah,
it's-
Please.
it's
It's
cross
taking
match.
that fool
if
out.
Rocha goes on
cross
me,
match.
I feel like you're not. I think I
No,
can
that's
get by
fine.
you.
You're a little bit faster.
Yeah.
JT.
Yeah.
That's not
Knost
how
is
it's
gonna
go.
So
take
it's going to be me.
I'm
Knost.
going to be all over Knost. The kid's literally not going to be able to move. And JT, you're going to have to throw that fat ass of yours around with Rocha.
That means if he
Good
wants
luck
to
with
D
that.
me up, then you're going to be down low. Easy
tell him
points.
just-
We'll pick
just
our easy
dump it in
points.
all day. You just dump it in all day.
So what if we double John and leave you open outside?
He's just going to drive to the basket.
Great.
What are you
No,
talking
no,
about?
I-
That means you're doubling low. Which
Leave
I get
John
into 15
open.
feet.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, leave me open.
I'm saying
Underneath.
only if you're down underneath.
Yeah.
Like if we just go to like trap you, and he kicks out to you, you're gonna have to hit some shots, man.
Yeah. Did you see
I
any of the
just-
passes I was throwing on Saturday?
I'm
I threw a
very-
lot of good passes on Saturday.
I'm sorry they're going to videotape this for you guys. I really am.
No,
You don't have children who are going to be embarrassed by
I'm
this,
just
right?
worried that your girls won't want to have sex with you
There's a
afterwards.
bowl of
Like, they'd be
candy. Go ahead and
embarrassed to
take
have been
that
with you
now
two.
because we're going to be taking that back from
Yeah,
you
yeah.
in fucking 2 weeks or
I'll
whatever.
be shaking my Laffy
We got
Taffy over your face.
we agreed on indoor outdoor. I've always been fighting for indoor.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right, we'll figure it out.
I'd rather do
Those
I think
rims
it comes
are
down to where
awful.
they could
That's how we
shoot.
play. Those
Well, we're
rims are
definitely not
terrible.
playing where we play Saturday.
I got a feel
we
there's going to be a
couldn't
lot
get
of
it.
sweating, so indoor is a danger for us. It'd
Why?
be wet on the
Why?
court.
I think it's more so an issue of cameras and do they have to get
Oh,
clearance
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
gym and all
And
that.
the
Outdoor
loudness.
doesn't fucking
We're not even
matter.
going to break a sweat, John. It's going to be over so quickly.
Snyder, you
It's
have
gonna be
no
like-
idea.
We
Your
still-
balls,
we gotta-
my balls are going to be in your mouth, son.
We still
You're going to
gotta-
hang off my dick, son.
we
You
gotta-
are done. You don't even get me going, Snyder.
Yeah.
You are fucking done. Jesus Christ, I'm going to enjoy every fucking basket. I'll even tell you the score every time I
you're gonna
score
have to
it.
be responsible for the offense, like solely. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
Look, it's 2-2 though. It's an utterly different game. It's an utterly different game.
I agree.
Yeah. And you're
I
a
don't have to go up
30%
against
shooter,
6'6",
JT.
6'8" guy.
Everyone
JT,
says you're a 30% shooter.
We may lose now that he has the Rodman jersey.
That's
I mean,
true.
He bought the Rodman jersey.
When a guy-
it may be over.
When someone has to buy new shoes and a jersey,
Yeah.
they're looking for some extra help.
We all got to get new
You get
shoes. at some
goggles,
point. We all got to get new
Rex
shoes. at
Get
some
new
point.
shoes.
You should have seen the knee brace on this thing. Did it have its own like ID? That's how big it was.
Who's knee brace?
Here's the only other thing. I
Ankle
wanna
brace, whatever the hell you were wearing last week.
They're filming
I
this,
didn't-
right?
I don't know what you're talking
They're
about.
filming this thing. Right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to come back and do a top 10 show after this.
Top 10
Okay.
plays.
Top
That's where
10
we
plays
dicked
that where
on
we-
you.
Sounds good. I like it. Jesus Christ.
Talk about a show that will never happen. Talk about a show. Go ahead.
It'll happen, but you
You
won't
any
be
of the
happy
pie in
about
the
it.
sky bullshit you like to go ahead and
Yeah.
ask for? Go for
Top
it.
10 times I stole the ball from Matt Knost.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Overall, I just can't wait because it's going to be fun.
Top 10 times you
We look
screamed
forward
at
to
Ellis.
it.
That was a foul.
Yeah,
that
no
was a
shit.
foul. That's
Top
going to be the
10
whole
times you
fucking game.
flopped.
I don't flop.
You might for this.
Snyder
I can't
will.
afford to go to the ground.
All right, do we want to say goodbye because we still have?
Oh yeah, we still have
we
to do.
should
All
say.
right, all right. We
Yeah.
got to say goodbye to you guys. We
right.
got something to open from a fan.
Yeah, fan sent us a
wow.
package.
Well,
No fan sent us
listen,
anything.
it was incredible how this all came together.
Thank you for having
Aside
us.
from all the shit talking,
Yeah.
you know, it was a lot of respect between us. So it was a lot of fun. You guys came on the show. Where can people find you guys? Like,
JTE Movie Things on Twitter and YouTube. I just passed 10K subscribers. Peanuts compared to
Congratulations.
all our friends, but it does help. I do make, a little
Hey,
bit of money.
10,000 is 10,000.
Yeah, exactly. I do have a podcast, JT Movie Things. I've been slacking on it lately.
yeah,
It's
you
been
got to
a
have
lot-
me on there. I've been
Yeah,
on there twice. Get me on again.
It's been a little crazy with the stuff outside of work, but I'm going to bring that back soon.
Good.
Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. JTE Movie Thinks, and I'm on Schmoedown and Collider and Screen Junkies. I'm all over.
Right on. Snyder.
You can find me on at the InSnyder on Twitter and Instagram, and that's it for now.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You got stuff percolating in the background.
We'll
Yes,
play
exactly.
basketball for food. You'll find him with that. All right, Knost, do you want to tell him?
Well,
Wait, no, that's it. All right,
yeah.
that's right. We're ending.
We're going to end here. Do you want to just let the mics run?
Yeah, we'll let
thanks,
the mics
guys.
run.
And then we
Thank
can
you
head
guys so much.
No problem.
It was a blast to have you on the show.
Peace.
All right, so thanks to the Patriots for stopping by, in essence, to...
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good to have him on the show.
the list went a lot faster than I thought it was going to go.
It would, and we've been thinking about having them on for a long time.
Yeah,
long time. And eventually we were just like, why don't we just do it this week?
Yeah.
What are we waiting for? Like, other people were waiting for the perfect topic because they're already tied in. People associate them with like, oh, that dude loves this type of movie kind of thing. And with them, it's just like, I don't know, how do you tie in the Patriots? I guess maybe sports, but sports is one of our worst.
Yeah.
Actual downloads
Viewed.
and listens.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so weird to me, considering sports is one of the most culturally, huge things outside of like movies and whatnot in
Yeah.
sports and music. And there's a few things that hit it. But sports and film fans, the Venn diagram isn't as big as you think. But the reason we're doing a special coda to this episode is, I think that's the.
Is that what that is?
There's coda at the beginning.
I don't know.
coda's the end.
I've never seen it used in a sentence.
Is a fan decided to send us a package.
Yeah.
Alejandra, I thought it was Alejandra Padilla, but on this it's Alexandra McKellen.
Okay.
I swear to God. Let me look it up on Facebook, too.
All right.
Because on Facebook, I swear to God, it was Alejandra. But you know what? I mean, we have so many people hitting us up that sometimes you forget these things.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like an old man. You're like, oh, I literally just read that today. And no idea on it. Yeah, Alejandra Padilla. She asked. So she sent us a package.
Nice.
This is fantastic. Are you kidding me? Listen, anybody else out there who wants to send us a package, you go
listen,
right ahead.
Yeah.
Just make sure that it doesn't have anthrax in it. That's all we're
That's
asking.
what I was worried about. Yeah.
So I have no idea what's in here.
Oh, man.
Using the keys. Let's see. Let's get this thing opened up. What do you think it is?
It feels like a care package. My mom used to send me when I was in the military.
What do you?
There's some chocolate chip cookies maybe in there.
I used to send buddies in the military when they get deployed.
Yeah, man.
Shit like this. It's free shipping.
Yeah,
Send
no,
it to
you
a
can't
soldier.
argue. Yeah, that's right.
Although I found if I shipped 2 boxes, he'd only get 1
Oh.
because he wanted wet wipes and this and that.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's all a bunch of interesting things.
It is in bubble wrap.
Wow. Oh, Perry would be happy. I'll give her the bubble wrap. What do we got here?
Monster invasion into San Francisco. I don't know. You want to open that one, and
all right.
I'll get this next one going.
San Francisco.
It's a box that looks like a pop art on the outside of it, type of thing.
Is it another monster?
Oh, yeah, it is. It looks to be the same.
Okay.
Here we
Maybe
go.
these are mugs or something? Is there anything else?
That would make sense. Well, we got Godzilla on one side, King Kong, so it could be practically Rampage. Octopus. Octopus now, and then a huge crab.
It is. Well, look at that.
What do you got? Is it all 4 of them again?
Yeah, it's all 4 of them again on the mug. Nice little, and it says Splosh inside, San Francisco, ARG,
Listen, I love
and
coffee.
Kaboom. Yeah.
I love it. Sploosh in the middle.
Sploosh. Is that it? Is that all there is in there? There's no card or anything?
I don't see one.
No message?
No message.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's very nice of you.
Anybody
Look
this
at this.
is a fantastic gift. I will use this often.
Yes.
Plus, it's got good color. It's not just like a boring, typical coffee mug.
Oh, it says Newsflash San Francisco invaded by monsters. This is illustrated by Eric Droman for SF Mercantile. It's from San Francisco, California. Made in China.
I don't know why I like that delivery. It's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
She
microwavable
just
safe.
out of nowhere messaged us and said, "Hey, is there any way that I could send you guys something?" And
Oh.
we were both kind of blown away.
Yeah.
Like, you want to send us something?
No one's ever
Okay.
sent us anything.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't recall having ever asked for anything.
That's
I don't
true.
think that we have. She's like, you want to send us something? Sure.
Yeah.
And then we had to figure out where to send it, which was to the pizza shop because we can't give away our 2 personal addresses.
That's right.
It seems not to say that she doesn't seem like a lovely person. We met her brother at the live event.
Oh, okay.
I can show you the picture of him because I remember it was I think the first one we took
Okay.
where it was the 2 of us.
Right on.
Yeah, I think she even footed the bill for him to go.
Wow.
It's just like floated him some cash.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, huge fan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I believe she's a part of our Patreon crew as well.
Thank you for that as well.
But yeah, message just said, "How can I send you? Please send." And then she was like, she apologized. She's like, "Sorry, I got busy, but I'm sending it out now." I was like, "You have nothing to apologize for. There's literally sorry should never come out of your mouth. You should
Agreed.
just be like, hey, I'm sending this now."
Yeah.
if you even want to do that. But
Right.
this is awesome. I will use this often.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I use a coffee mug every morning. That is part of my morning ritual.
I've been using them more and more in the mornings. I don't do coffee in them, but I'm trying to limit the amount of iced tea I drink in the morning. So if I put it in a coffee mug, I have to purposely only drink a certain amount. So it's on because I've been using those large
64 ounce.
Yeah, the cups you get from the movie theater, the souvenir cups, the large ones. I've been using those to put iced tea in the morning, and that's not really a smart thing to do.
Just straight iced tea is not sweet tea?
It's sweetened. It's
with what?
Truvia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to save my life, I guess, piece by piece. But if I go to the bagel store, it's sweet, low, and equal combo. That's the best combo for me.
That's the best combo?
Oh,
really
yeah,
mixing the two artificials? Boy, you got to pick a side on that one.
I don't know. I like white and I like the blue and the light blue.
Pink?
The light blue and pink. Yeah, exactly. Equal or Splenda is not that great. So when I have to do that, I'll do 2 equals and a Splenda.
I don't use any of them anymore, but when I drank a shit ton of tea like 10 years ago, it was sweet and low all as a kid until I found equal, and I think I got bored with sweet and low.
Yeah.
I've been drinking tea since I was as old as I can remember, as young as I can remember.
It's super sweet. That's why you got to be careful with sweet and low. And
It's a way up. It's a super artificial sweet. It's
Right.
like a punch of sweet that's
it gives you cancer, apparently, if you take too much of it.
aspartame in it gives cancer, specific cancer in rats.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing as human.
No, and thank you, because every ex-girlfriend I've had says that every time I put sweet and low in my eyes, you can get cancer from that. You can die from that. It's
Your
like,
body
let me live.
Your body makes cancer cells every day.
Yeah, let me live.
Every day.
Yeah, let me live.
It may lead to cancer. I think the jury is still out.
I live in L.A.
It's probably not good for you.
Sure. Okay, maybe.
Well, putting any chemical like that in is probably not good for you.
Okay. That's why we use Truvia now. I've been talked into Truvia and Stevia in the raw.
I hate stevia.
Is the other one. Yeah.
Stevia tastes so gross to
Yeah,
me.
I'll take Truvia over Stevia any day. I agree with you there. Interesting. So, okay, so we got a couple of coffee mugs. That's nice.
No, it's awesome. Thank you, Alejandra or Alexandra, depending on which. Maybe she thinks with a more Anglican name, she gets it through the mail quicker. Is there a white postage that I never really thought about before?
Yeah, me either. All right, well, that was our show, right, for today, for this evening. And, man, I'm running out of energy. I don't know what to say here. You want to?
No, that's it. Let's see. When they hear this, you'll be able to get in your final votes for Thunderdome.
Yes.
So get those votes in before 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Thunderdome.
And let us know if you're liking those old classics.
Yeah.
It's awesome. More and more people are doing that. I love it each and every time, just so that way we get to see, like, oh, shit, that's what we talked about on that day. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear those things. So please let us know. And that comes out on Wednesdays. It comes out at midnight, just like our show does on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as the day changes here on the West Coast, you guys get it immediately. And that's on our Patreon. I think you can stream that using their app. One of the few good things you do with their app. It's limiting as a person or as people that post on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, please hit us up there or at facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10 and me on any social network at Matt Knost, MATTKNOST.
Did you do the Patreon address as well?
No, I did not. Go
Okay,
for it.
I'll do that. Well, if you want to donate, you can. We have tiers from $1 all the way up to, what, 50?
Yep.
And if you go to 50, you can choose a topic, which we've done already, a Patreon topic last week.
Yeah, we had a great
which was
one.
great. Big shout out to Robert Haley again for that incredible.
Yeah, Bobo.
Yeah, there you go, Bobo. What a great choice. And caused a bunch of conversations both on Facebook and on Twitter about the choices, and specifically 2004 has been the boon. Has been the boon.
It's
of the
amazing to see when people are wrong. You know? You see that over and over again. You're like, wow. There's just a sea of bad taste out there.
Oh my God, I think you're selectively seeing that. But yes, anyway, it's caused a lot of conversations, which is a lot of fun. So it's definitely something Matt and I actually were speaking off mic that we are going to revisit at for another 10-year period down the road.
We knew it
as we
before
go
the
along.
show, and then afterwards, you're like, wow, that was a good one because it's a more varied list too.
And you do the show long enough, like you want to find the challenges and the joy again.
Yeah.
And certain subjects or
To
certain
reinvent
topics. Yeah, to reinvent it. Certain topics like get you excited again. So it was fun to do that. Do that topic. All right. Well, if you want to donate, like I said, and if you want to, you can qualify for Thunderdome, $20 and over, and for the old episodes, I think it's $10 and over.
$10 and up.
$10 and up. You
And
qualify.
still get a shout out and
Get all that stuff that we do for you. You can go
20. You're a part of Thunderdome.
That's right. 20. You can go to www.patreon.com/the top 10, the number 10 there. and donate. And it's been increasing every month, so we thank you all so much for helping us out and helping everything happen. And like Matt has said on numerous weeks, we have things in the works. It takes a little bit of time to get them going. Once they get going, though, it's going to be like a snowball going down the hill. It's going to be a big old boulder by the time it gets down the hill. It's going to be a lot going on. So keep paying attention, keep patronizing, and thanks so much for listening. And listen, we haven't said this in a while, but tell your friends. Keep telling more and more people. You know, our numbers are good, but it's always they can always be better. And so we'd like you to keep telling friends and keep telling your family members. Keep turning people on, maybe your fellow schoolmates, onto the show and onto the stuff we talk about, and get them hooked on the Top 10 show. It's always a blast. So,
and the easiest thing is to, if you're on Twitter and we have a guest, let that guest know that you enjoyed it and you thought that they were right and we were wrong, and everything you want to say to them, because that's helped us out immeasurably and is actually going to help us going forward, because you guys have been so good to a bunch of our guests in the past. Word has gotten out. And we've spread beyond the circles, and we've got emails and messages and stuff out to like huge names.
Yep.
Some huge names. And hopefully they can work it out in their schedule, but it's all thanks to you guys helping us basically let the guests know that we enjoyed them and you guys enjoyed listening to them. So the more you do and you let them know, it only helps us and get more people that you want to, like, if you guys start creating a wish list, well, it only helps when you guys help us and we can get all those people, if that made any fucking sense.
It did.
So that's it, I think, for me this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I'm at the wit's end. Thank you again, everyone, for listening, and we will talk to you next time on the Top 10 Show.